of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, everyone. Time for another live show.
Yes. Lucky audience.
Tuesday, February 4th, 2014. Took a little day yesterday. A little day.
They were a little angry.
Yeah, were they?
Some people were...
Good for them. Go outside and do something. Stop depending on us. Holy fuck. It's creepy.
You fucking can't even come in?
It's fucking creepy. Stop depending on us.
It really
You
is.
saying that to me?
Yes. I love a lot of different things. So if one of my things isn't happening, guess what? I move on to the next thing.
Something else, another thing.
And I don't tweet to people going, where are you? We pay your salary. You get that one sometimes. Really, do we?
My subscription price. Shut up.
Isn't it nice that we weren't here? Because then it means you could go and do something else. You go see a movie or go sledding. It snowed.
Spend some time with the wife and kids.
Read a fucking book. Do something.
Book.
I don't fucking know. Catch up on a podcast. Ooh. Play a video game. Ooh.
Help a sick child.
Help a sick child. There you go. See, he hates the listeners. I told him. Which message board? Which one can I go to right now?
They say it like a joke, but it's true.
Oh, yuck. I'm only talking to an extremely small percentage of our audience, by the way.
Extremely small, yet fat.
Small because fat and vocal.
Because that gets confused, too.
Yeah.
I was just discussing the very tiny portion of our audience.
No, he hates us all.
Oh, my God.
That's great.
And I'm glad we weren't here. That Super Bowl was a fucking bust.
All that hype.
But you know what?
All that hype.
I think it set a record. I think it's like the most watched TV event ever or something.
Why that is.
111 million, 0.5 or something.
Why would that be?
It's different teams. Peyton Manning, people wanted to see.
Yeah.
A young Seattle team. I picked Seattle, by the way. I finally picked one. Finally.
Didn't you have... You said
no,
Denver
I swear to God.
I think you said Denver was...
No, I swear. You will not find tape of me saying the Broncos were going to win the Super Bowl.
I bet without
this
even
could be the first
really
one.
much work...
This could be the first one I've picked in a long, long time.
I bet...
No, man, because...
You could find a clip that would say...
The one reason why I have such a horrendous sports curse is because I go underdog a lot.
Yeah.
I love underdog. And not many people were picking the Broncos. No. I absolutely picked the Seahawks on this one. Oh, yeah.
I don't think you did.
Do you remember? Find the tape.
I'm kind of remembering you saying that
the tape.
The Broncos.
And give me 100 when you lose.
Yeah.
Find the tape. Oh, my God, that hater thing. I just fucking threw out my voice.
That's that's one impression I can't do that I want. If I could do any impression, it would just be that voice.
An extremely small percentage of the audience I'm talking to. And then there were rumors I was having a Super Bowl party. I wasn't having a Super Bowl party. Last minute, Sam and Jess came over, and we had nothing for them.
Oh, Super Bowl party.
But supposedly, Eric...
Sounds like a shindig.
Supposedly, Eric told Roland, I'm so sick of the bullshit behind the scenes. I didn't have a Super Bowl party.
E-Rock told Roland, and then Roland's like, oh,
Sam's nodding his head.
I'm a piece of shit.
So you're in on this?
Yeah.
I didn't have a Super Bowl party. We ordered pizza in the first fucking quarter, and there was nothing to munch on.
That sounds like a party to me.
Yeah.
Pizza, there's other people over the house.
Big game being played.
Yeah.
That's a party.
And Roland's like, I wasn't invited to his Super Bowl party. I
couldn't make it, dude. I apologize.
I didn't invite you. I didn't invite anyone.
I was unable. I already committed, so I apologize. I left it gone.
I kind of didn't want... I just wanted to watch the game by myself.
Well, that didn't work.
No, it was still all right, but
got to make you feel good, Sam, right?
Well, I know what it is. It's Obi's wife.
It's the girls
calling Jess and being like, "Oh, you guys should come over."
Yeah, they're good friends.
They're like besties,
right? Yeah, Sam and I had nothing to do with it.
You're the option to utter nothingness.
Right. And he'd rather have the nothingness.
The nothingness.
Yeah.
And then
Or it's a close call.
Right.
Opie and me live tweet sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's fun.
I play Legos with the kids.
Aw.
Yeah. I was a little more social than usual.
I think so.
I'm working on it. I'm
Than
working
usual.
working on being a little more social. So
Yeah, but then I was confused because I got a text from
What?
Roland that was like, "Oh, I didn't get invited to the party," and I was like, "What? Like this is a party now? I thought I was just tagging along with Jess."
Well, private party, I guess.
but this is how all that bullshit
Some
starts.
people are persona non grata. I
Yeah,
guess.
but Travis
That's
texted
rolling.
me, and he's like, I can't go to Opie's party. He's going to be mad. I'm like, dude, he won't care.
Yeah,
Just tell
yeah.
him. Make sure you look back to him. I'm like, it's cool.
You mean because he was invited and couldn't show up?
Yeah, but he'd already committed to answer. He's like, I want to go, but I feel bad. I'm like, don't worry about it. Same thing.
There's a bunch of fucking hens that work here.
Are they just clucking each other?
Clucking and there's rumors and speculation, and it just grows and grows. So that's why I
Sounds
wanted
to
to
me
say,
like E-Rock was the troublemaker
I
here.
don't know, but I didn't have a Super Bowl party. Period.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
That's what you say.
Yeah, it sounds to me. Pizza, people over, laughs.
People over, pizza, the big game. That's a party.
I was actually debating going to your house, but the night before I was at an auction for my kid's school where people were spending. Can help yourself, huh?
No, never.
Blacks.
Oh, Jesus.
Blacks.
No, it's a bell.
Oh. And an auction where fucking people are dropping major fucking bucks on bullshit.
On what? What were they?
Well, each class did a project, and some of the projects were really nice because they had adult supervision.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here is this class's project, and it's like artwork.
Oh.
And one went for like $17,000.
Gold spray painted macaroni?
They've come a long way from when we were doing art. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
A long fucking way.
Glued doilies on construction paper?
They basically did a Pollock.
Really?
One class basically
Kevin?
did a Pollock. You know, that fucking just throwing the paint around.
Yeah.
And I guess if he does it, he's a genius. But if 4-year-olds do it, they're just idiots.
Just being kids.
But I swear to God, it looked just like any fucking Pollock I've ever fucking seen. But that one thing, I think it went for $17,000.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
What the fuck?
So my point, I was out a little late, so then I was like, I'm just gonna fucking sit around for the Super Bowl.
Damn.
17 G's. My son's class, his only went for like 4 G's.
Uh-oh.
I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with our fucking?
Oh, no.
What's wrong with our fucking class project?
What was it, hand turkeys?
It was like a fucking block of like tree wood with like the continents on it,
Oh, boy.
with string though and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was all right. It was way better than anything we ever made growing up.
Yeah, all of our stuff was the old hack kid stuff.
But these fucking people were
an ashtray.
They were dropping bucks for junk. That was my problem. Like,
Junk.
it went for a good cause, I guess. I guess they give like one kid a scholarship every year, and then they feel good about themselves.
It's like a lottery. Jesus.
They say they give a lot of scholarships out, but I've been in the school enough to know which ones are
Yeah.
the scholarship kids. They're not giving a lot of scholarships out, but they're spending a lot of money and raising a lot of money for the scholarships, just so they can feel good about themselves.
Yeah, everyone likes feeling
look what
good about
we
yourself.
do, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to go to that on Saturday night?
It was kind of cool, actually, because I know a lot of the parents and stuff now. So
How long was
I
it?
got to drink a little bit, and it was like 3 hours. Yeah, so. But
Did you invite him to your party?
hell nah,
At the big Super Bowl?
hell nah. I would have bid on something, but it was nothing worth any value. So I'm like, what? I'm going to spend all this money and then take this project home and like hide it with all the other shit I don't like hanging up in my apartment.
Like E-Rock's gifts?
Well, yeah, E-Rock's
Yeah.
gift is at my brother's garage right now.
Poster?
Well, it is a poster.
Or your Sugar Ray Leonard boxing glove, which is actually used to spar with?
I might have to give those to the listeners soon
Yeah.
because I just don't treat them well. Give
No.
it to someone that'll appreciate it.
Someone will put it in a case and display it.
Well, I gave away my autographed Mike Tyson book recently.
Oh, you finally gave that away? I saw some people begging for it.
Yep, I gave it away. Yep. Actually read by the Opster, signed by Mike Tyson.
You should have signed it too because you read it.
You're right.
Read by the Opster.
Start signing other people's books because you read them.
Yeah.
How bummed would someone be? I think this Opie guy used to be famous. I'm not really sure. Well, we know Mike Tyson. He's a boxing legend, but there's other autograph. I'm not really sure about it.
That's how I felt when, we were signing Jimmy's book.
I hate signing other people's shit.
I can't sign it.
That was understandable, though.
No,
but we were all together there, and
so weird, though.
It was a way for them to get an autograph of all of us together.
But you put all the work into it. It's a fucking amazing job, and then it's like, oh yeah, let me just write that down.
Yeah, but you guys give me the audience. It would have been a lot of work, and I would have been selling it to 8 people if it wasn't for this radio show.
Yeah,
so it was fair.
I hate to sign your book, but I made sure I made my signature a little bigger than yours, Jimmy.
Oh, that was fine. You have a nicer signature than I do. Mine stinks.
That'd be great. You sign over his face on the cover.
Oh, we started doing that on Lines. Remember on Lines? I would sign it over Ann's face or wherever he does his space.
We were terrible with the signing the autographs.
And,
each other.
because like I said, I'm so sick of rumors and speculations. The other thing, thank God we have a radio show. And I'm sure, I think I could speak for all of us, none of us sat around and listened to Howard Stern's birthday party on the radio.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Holy fuck you fucking losers. That just like to start bullshit.
I bet you're listening.
Why the fuck would I listen to that?
I wouldn't listen if it was my own
reason?
birthday party. I don't listen to anything.
Right. And then I threw a couple tweets out there. Oh, you're just jealous. No, I was actually trying to go for a funny tweet, actually. Believe it or not, that's all it was. That's all it was. Yeah. I especially love going after egomaniacs, so this was perfect for me. A couple little goofy fucking tweets just trying to be funny. That's all that was, people.
Yeah.
No, you did because you do.
Bitter much? Yeah.
So, there you go. All out on the fucking table.
Yeah.
No Super Bowl party. And no, I did not sit around listening to the birthday show. I heard it was a huge success. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sirius XM Satellite Radio. I guess they also, what do? They shut off on demand and...
Yeah.
Why did they do that? Was it to pump up numbers?
Did they do that so everyone had to listen to that one thing?
Rumor had it they needed the bandwidth. Because I asked about that because I do pay attention to the real listeners, and they were fucking pissed off. So I made some phone calls, and they're like, well, we need all the bandwidth. That's what I was told. Because I guess the on-demand didn't work, which was too bad for us because Friday we had a killer show, and a lot of people wanted to check that shit out.
Yep.
So that's what they told me. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it's like to not give anyone else any options. I have to listen.
You have to, of course. It's like when you fucking don't pay your subscription, you have channel 1.
Right,
it's just that thing over and over again.
I think it was to push everyone over there. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then whatever. What do you want to do today? No, I guess I got to stick up for some fine people that just got let go. Pretty much on the same day, they put a shitload of money into the birthday show.
People got let go?
Yeah, a whole bunch of jocks on like the 50s on the 5s on 50s, or the 50s on 5, and the 90s on 9.
What?
Got rid of more jocks.
Any guys we knew, or just
Jim Curry's pretty much a legend in the business.
Oh, he used to be on 104.5, right?
Jojo Morales, Norman Knight, Jim Kerr. Those are the big headline names, but I think they let go a bunch of others, and they said budget reasons. Which drove me insane, knowing how much money went toward the guy. I mean, it's great if you're him. It's terrific if you're him, everything that's happening. But for everyone else, it's not so good.
No.
Budget cuts. They got rid of a whole bunch of guys. I mean, if they had a couple less limos to the birthday party, they could have kept these guys who are really good at what they do. I'm not a fan of the music jock in general, but these guys know how to fucking do it.
Yeah.
So
I saw on Twitter, Jenny Hutt was there taking a lot of pictures.
I did see that.
A lot of pictures.
She is the worst brown nose.
Oh, is she a brown nose?
It's uncomfortable.
It really is.
It's uncomfortable that the people that just are begging for attention from Howard, begging. And if you know anything about the guy, he doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
You'll get nothing
He
back.
barely cares about the people in his inner circle.
You get nothing in return.
You think Jenny Hutt's going to be, Howard's pal?
She was working that room, apparently.
She was sucking a lot of what.
Oh, man. You see the pictures of her
Yeah.
with everybody?
It's uncomfortable.
Poor
It really
Jenny is hanging onto this business by her fingernails. I don't blame her.
yeah, she is.
She's 1 foot out the door. I'm just kidding. She's on her way out.
What do you mean you're just kidding?
Yeah, right. Who knows?
She's not making any money. That's why she's...
Tell that to Jojo Morales.
Well, those guys are making some actual bucks.
Yeah.
That's why. Budget cuts.
Yeah.
On the same day, they shoved a shitload of money.
That had to cost a lot, huh?
I was trying to do numbers in my head. It's got to be just millions.
Yeah.
In the end, it's got to be millions. And then they have this come out that said these guys are being let go because of budget cuts. Hey, I've said it many times. It's their business model. We're just fucking
Along for the ride.
We're just a cog.
Yeah. Wow, Sam Roberts, what are you going to be doing? 50s on 5?
Yeah, you're going to pick up a couple more shifts, I guess.
A couple more shifts, some 90s
Yeah, his voice is
channel.
wrong for those.
Yeah.
For the 80s. Here's Kajagoogoo. That's perfect.
Kajagoogoo. And then the film Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
What happened?
Damn.
This guy loved heroin.
Oh, my God, did he love it?
Loved it.
A lot of it, too. He wanted a lot of heroin.
We're up to 70 bags they found. It was 50 yesterday. Now they're saying 70.
Man, when you got a lot of money in a heroin addiction.
But the weird part is,
matter of time.
They said he was sober for 23 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that just go out to dinner in New York know that Mr. Hoffman was absolutely drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him at a place called Quality Meats, and I was like, holy shit, that's Phillip Seymour Hoffman at the bar. Drinking. He was drinking.
Yeah.
And I asked the people there, because I go there once in a while, a few times a year, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's here all the time. He loves this place. So when
always here.
But when the papers are saying that he was sober for 23 years, he wasn't. No. He was definitely drinking. This is a few years back, so I could honestly say a few years back, Phillip Seymour Hoffman was absolutely drinking. So I don't know what this 23 years sober and this came out of nowhere thing is. Are they talking about heroin?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jimmy's in a program. I mean, that's not sober.
Not as I would define it. No, I think it's pretty much any mind or mood altering. And people say, "What about coffee?"
really say
yeah, people like to play cement. Can you not see the difference between coffee and fucking drinking until you plow into a family? Do you really see no difference between those things?
Never had some espresso and then drove down the wrong side of the fucking parkway.
Yeah, people just like to try to be clever. It's like 13-year-old Jim Norton arguments. Right. Oh, ice cream's got sugar. You're right. You win. You win the debate. 13-year-old me.
I've never heard that before. Even coffee. Hold on a minute. We'll get back to that. Needy's on the phone.
Oh no.
That could be one of fucking 50 people.
God.
Colin, what's up?
Lady Di. Uh-oh. Phones? No?
What?
God.
What's wrong with the phones? You dropped your mouse.
Why?
Your mouse fell down.
Why wouldn't the phones work?
When's Mars coming back, for real?
17th.
What?
Because whoever's setting up the studio doesn't know how to set this shit up and test things.
Is he taking every day till further notice?
I don't know.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's having a talent implant.
Thank you.
Keeps rejecting it.
Jenny Hutt, everyone.
Oh, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, Jenny. How is are your lips chapped? Are your lips all chapped from the party? Just smooching a lot of ass?
Yeah, you get the taste of Howard's ass out of your mouth?
Yeah.
You came across a bit needy in your
little needy
in your pictures there, Jenny Hutt. You enjoy a good celebrity photo, don't you?
Oh,
yes.
Do you ever?
Yes, I do. It is, yes, and we know that I'm needy, so that's already been asked and answered.
Who is the coolest picture you got there that you're happy with?
Lena Dunham.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lena Dunham. Sure.
And actually, the only reason I met Lena Dunham was because Spencer walked me over. I was invited by Rosie O'Donnell. It wasn't like I had a...
Whoa! Can she throw out any more names?
No, I was at
Whoa!
Oh.
Guess what?
My point is, I wasn't invited by the serious side of things. I was invited by her to be her date.
Well, not only were we not invited, we were told to
stay away,
to make sure we stay away. Even people that aren't on the air that is associated with this show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't come.
Oh, someone said don't come.
What happened? Was that bad to say?
No, I'm saying like I can't believe
I'm not
that
talking about you.
Oh,
Not you.
relax, Jenny.
We'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
He was trying?
No, E-Rock's wife went, but she wasn't allowed to bring E-Rock because he's associated
That's
with this show.
hilarious. Oh, wow.
Yep.
His wife went, but he didn't.
He wasn't allowed because he was associated with this show.
What's he going to do?
Was he texting her, what's happening now?
Well, he probably would have enjoyed that.
He would have told every secret we have to whoever would have listened.
Oh, yeah.
He would have, if he had Gary's ear for 2 minutes, he would have just blabbed secrets.
He would have gone to the party with a stack of resumes.
Oh my God! Yeah, handing them out. If you guys ever need someone to call in about Doctor Who, we would do a Doctor Who break.
So where were we with her? What happened?
Oh, well, she was just going around. I saw David Spade. She had a picture with David Spade.
So David Spade, well, let me tell you why. Years ago, a little bit. I was in California with my husband, and we were walking in a hotel, and there was David Spade, and I saw him, and I couldn't control myself, and I said, "I love you, I love you, I love you," and it's a very appropriate thing. My husband was standing by my side, wanting to die. And
a very attractive husband.
And David was, I think, horrified. So I just went up to him and I was like, "Years ago, blah blah blah."
Wow,
I'm sure he cared.
Yeah,
I saw your picture with him.
He was nice.
Yeah, there it is.
He was nice.
Little David Spade picture. Who else does she have there, Sam?
She had Rosie.
A lot of pictures. Of course, Rosie. Oh my God.
Who's that?
You got
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg.
Who's that?
Yes,
Who's the plastic face? Is that Jenny McCarthy?
Yes.
Wow, is she looking
Little
plastic?
Jenny McCarthy, huh?
Jenny Hutt, you're looking pretty hot.
You are looking
Very
sassy.
lovely. Who's
yeah,
that?
man, you got some good TV makeup on.
How sexy is Rachel Ray? Rachel Ray is fucking hot, man.
Yeah.
good.
Her vibe is really sexy.
I don't see it.
And
I didn't either till I met her. I'm telling you, it's an in-person thing. I was shocked.
I believe you, but I just don't see it.
Oof.
I was surprised to see through your pictures too that they allow murderers at this party.
What?
Who's the murderer?
Dr. Drew, he was there.
All right.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, what?
You know, the killer of celebrities.
First of all, I think
We love that he's allowed to continue
Oh, it's amazing.
walking this
Can I
earth.
tell you guys?
It's not amazing that he's still on TV. It's amazing that he's allowed to walk free.
He's a free man.
Holy shit.
Regarding Phillip Seymour Hoffman and alcohol.
And Dr. Drew gets to be all over TV because of Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Right.
Yeah, the minute that I heard of the death, I texted.
What, did you run over to the apartment to get a picture with the body? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Were you hanging outside, you ghoul?
You see her just thumbs up by the gurney
Right.
with the sheet covering him and you're smiling. Did you try for that shot?
You know what I learned, you guys, though? I
What?
learned that when they say 50 or 70 bags of heroin, they're not giant Ziplocs. They're little, teeny, tiny pill bags.
Oh, that's okay then.
What are you talking about? What's
Little
wrong
glass
with you?
scene. They're like little fucking, one-hitters.
I don't know much about heroin, but I would
I don't know
assume
anything
70
about it.
bags is a shitload.
Yeah. He's not fucking...
But
He's not trafficking in heroin. It's
Right.
just fucking, it's for his own use, but that's a lot of your own use.
Even if they were single dosages, that's 70 dosages of
Right.
heroin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there you
not
are
good.
with, who's that?
Sarah
What?
Silverman.
Oh, Sarah Silverman. Boy, you sure like hanging out with the power ladies,
Okay.
don't you?
Hey, Jenny, did anyone say no or no?
Sarah Silverman is making a movie based on my sister-in-law's book. So I had an opening with her, too.
On who?
On who? What?
Sarah Silverman is making a movie based on my sister-in-law's book.
Who's your
So I
sister-in-law?
was able to... Amy Koppelman, my brother's wife.
Okay.
Your
So I had an
sister-in-law's
opening.
book.
It's starting to shoot like
Sounds
next week.
awful.
What's the book?
Yeah. What's the book about?
It's called I Smile Back. It's about a housewife who's destructive, self-destructive, and fooling around and blah. Like, just a lot of drama. It's sad.
Well,
I'd rather see the bridges in Madison County.
is she filming for Lifetime?
Yeah, was that a Lifetime movie?
No, real movie. But Sarah Silverman's attached as the lead, so I was able to say hi to her because of that.
She got so many catchphrases and little industry inside.
I love that she's justifying every picture.
Jenny Hutt.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Natalie Maines.
Oh,
Who's that?
She used to
Dixie
be in the
Chicks?
Dixie Chicks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I geeked out over her.
More like the Dykesy Chicks.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice, right?
Here's some good ones, Jenny. Fucking Jenny is exactly what I would have done.
Yeah.
Jenny takes a good selfie too. I take a fucking horrible one. You do a good selfie.
She does.
Did Lena Dunham do everyone a favor and keep her clothes on for this thing?
Oh.
She loves getting naked on TV.
Well, and we don't love seeing it.
No, huh?
No.
She's a kind of a flatso, right?
Well, but everyone will talk about how courageous and
It's so
sexy
freeing
she is.
that
she's
she,
sexy.
she's sexy.
By the way, I don't think it's free. I don't think it's freeing. I think it's
Because you're a
I think
prude.
good for her.
What?
Good for her. I think good for her. I would never do that. But good
Why
For her.
good for her? I don't understand that. Why?
Because she's so secure, she could do that.
Oh,
It's great.
God, that's exactly
So
what we're talking
secure.
about.
No.
She's comfortable in her own skin.
So much of it.
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like.
Oh, come on. If you had a movie role where you had to show off that fiery red bush of yours, you'd do it in a second.
Yeah,
you
second.
You'd grow that in old
There's
school.
no need. There's no need for that.
How do you know Rosie to the point where she invited you?
Rosie and I met 5 years ago and became friends.
Actual friends?
How did you meet and
Actual
become
friends.
friends? How
Wow.
does that happen
That's
with a
impressive.
celebrity the likes of Rosie O'Donnell?
Right.
She liked the TV show I was on called Whatever Martha. I was big and fat.
Oh,
We know.
we remember.
We're happy for you, though. that
Remember
you're
your
not.
dumb treadmill fucking...
It was weird.
Videos.
That was how we.
When I look at old pictures of you now, I feel like it's you in a fat suit. It's strange.
Is there any?
It doesn't
are there
look
any
real.
online? Could you find a fat Jenny Hutt picture?
It's like Shallow Hal. I know. But
Oh, right.
It is, right?
Yeah. That's when they called you Jenny the Hutt, right?
A couple of people probably associate with your show.
Yeah. Wow.
Isn't
were
that
you a
strange?
fatty?
How much did you lose? Jenny,
Around
how much?
70 pounds.
I'm sorry, how much?
Around 70 pounds.
Wow.
Around 70 pounds.
That's great.
Good for you. For real.
Wow.
I can't front on that one, yo. Good for you.
Yeah, she looks good.
Thanks.
Did people
It's
used to
very
say,
hard.
you could tell
It's
she's got such a pretty face?
Yes, it's the word. It's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but were you all like, did you own it? And you're like, I don't care, I'm going to be me. And then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
God, no.
once,
First of all, I don't
once
believe those
chubby people
people.
lose the weight, they're all of a sudden like, yeah, this is the best thing I ever did. But before that, they're all like, oh no, different body types. And blah, blah, blah. They make excuses.
No, me? No, I was miserable. First of all, I wasn't that fat my whole life. I was like 20 pounds heavier.
Says
25
you.
pounds heavier, and then I blew up like a balloon. But I was miserable, and I don't believe in fat serenity, and I don't believe for me in fat acceptance. For somebody else, great, good for you. But for me, no way.
It doesn't even look like you could have killed someone then and then lost weight and gone on the lam. No one would have caught
good
you.
idea.
You don't even look like you.
You're kind of hot with a full face, though. You're all right.
If you're into that kind of
Yeah,
thing,
you're all right. I
you'd
would
be a
have had no
good
problem
fatty.
with that.
Yeah, you'd have been a good fatty to
Yeah.
lay into.
I had a big ass.
Did you?
Was it smelly?
No, I was
Trouble
always
keeping clean?
No, I'm a clean girl.
That's good.
People want us to ask you about Run DMC at your Sweet 16. We've done that already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This broad is so rich. She had Run DMC at her 16th
Here we
birthday
go.
party when Run DMC really mattered, by the way.
Uh-huh. You
Yeah.
were like a My Super Sweet 16 girl.
Exactly.
Like
I
on
was,
MTV.
but I was not obnoxious. I didn't
Yeah,
demand it.
that's another
It just showed
says you.
up.
Yeah.
We kind of want to believe that you were pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
Did you get a pony? And your real dad brings you that stupid fucking karaoke machine?
And then you ran over like fucking retard feet and fucking and hugged the stepfather's pony and then laid under it like a girl in fucking Seattle.
I guess you didn't see that movie.
I guess you didn't see Taken.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Great
No, I
scene.
didn't see Taken.
All right, well, say hi to Dr. Drew for us.
Yeah, and
I will.
rest your lips because I'm sure they're very worn out from all that smooching. Did you?
All right.
Did you take home one of the party favors, one of the little kittens that
I
they were giving
did.
out?
Hey, that was my
Did
joke.
get a
I know,
party
it was
bag.
funny.
Oh, thank you. See, I was just going for a joke.
Yeah.
I said everyone leaving the party
it
was
was
going to get a kitten and mouthwash to get the taste of Howard's ass out of their mouths.
Little ass
No, the
taste.
kid. The,
It wasn't his word. He put it on Twitter, by the way.
Right.
Guys,
It's worked out. You'd work
I crafted it for Twitter. Jesus.
What happened, Jenny?
I said the gift bag had a Kindle Fire in it.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Just for people on that, like people like Rosie. I was, again, just there.
Oh, on that level. She included herself in
Yeah,
that.
I know.
She did. 'Cause you got one.
Yeah.
So
I
you
did. I took hers. I took her gift bag. Yep.
did you have all access?
I kind of did.
Someone rates around here.
Did you blow Steven Tyler in the dressing room?
I tried, but it was with someone else.
He looks like a pedo now, man. I don't know what happened with him.
What do you think of Woody Allen?
Why? Why'd you bring that up?
I think he's guilty as fuck.
Yeah, he
It doesn't look good, man.
Because his
Sounds
son is a
bad.
very intelligent kid. I follow him on Twitter now. I like him a lot. What's his name?
Dylan
Rowan Farrow. Ronan Farrow.
Rowan.
Rowan?
I believe ROWAN.
Yeah, he's got a good Twitter account. Ronan, you're right. Ronan Farrow. I believe every word this guy has said about what happened.
Did you read Dylan's open letter?
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Does she not like toy choo-choos anymore? Oh, boy.
That is.
What were the highlights of the letter for the people out there, Jimmy?
Because she basically came out and was talking about all the praise of Woody, and she was talking about the praise of Woody Allen and how this is what he did to me, and this is according to her. Was that she went through I had heard years ago that he had put his face in her lap and smelled her, and that was all I had ever heard. And then she was saying that he did that, and then she kind of highlighted, like, saying that he would take her away from her mother and spend time alone with her and do this creepy stuff and make her suck his thumb, and she felt weird about it. And then she detailed this incident where he took her and laid her. Turn it this way, Sam.
Sure.
We're safe because we'll never
He
be
put
in
her on her belly.
Yeah,
I have it right in front of me, Jay.
we're safe. We'll never be in a Woody Allen movie, so we'll give you the real facts here.
Well, we have to read it. I mean, it's
Of course.
It's what's your favorite Woody Allen movie? Before you answer, you should know. When I was 7 years old, Woody Allen took me by the hand and led me into a dim, closet-like attic on the second floor of our house. He told me to lay on my stomach and play with my brother's electric train set.
Oh, jeez.
Then he sexually assaulted me. He talked to me while he did it, whispering that I was a good girl, that this was our secret, promising that we'd go to Paris and I'd be a star in his movies. I remember staring at the toy train, focusing on it as it traveled in a circle around the attic. To this day, I find it difficult to look at toy trains. And then in parentheses, she put, that one scene in The Sopranos really bugged me when Bobby Bacala got killed.
Yes.
I just made that last part up. For as long as I can remember, my father had been doing things to me that I didn't like. I didn't like how often he would take me away from my mom, siblings, and friends to be alone with him. I didn't like it when he would stick his thumb in my mouth. I didn't like it when I had to get into bed with him under the sheets when he was in his underwear. I'm just remembering this. I didn't like it when he would place his head in my naked lap and breathe in and breathe out. I would hide under beds or lock myself in the bathroom to avoid these encounters. But he always found me. These things happened so often, so routinely, so skillfully hidden from a mother that would have protected me had she known, that I thought it was normal. I thought this was how fathers doted on their daughters. But what he did to me in the attic felt different. I couldn't keep the secret anymore. Should I read the next?
Yeah.
Jeez.
When I asked my mother if her dad did to her what Woody Allen did to me, I honestly did not know the answer. I also didn't know the firestorm it would trigger. I didn't know that my father would use his sexual relationship with my sister to cover up the abuse he inflicted on me. I didn't know that he would accuse my mother of planting the abuse in my head and call her a liar for defending me. I didn't know that I would be made to recount my story over and over again to doctor after doctor, pushed to see if I'd admit I was lying as a part of a legal battle I couldn't possibly understand. At one point, my mother sat me down and told me that I wouldn't be in trouble if I was lying, that I could take it all back. I couldn't. It was all true, but sexual abuse claims against the powerful stall more easily. There were experts willing to attack my credibility. There were doctors willing to gaslight an abused child. And I guess how much more is there? I don't want to spend an hour on this, but...
The end is pretty
Yeah.
Where should we pick up
Poignant.
from?
Just keep going, man.
All right.
You're doing good. This is a huge story.
Go down a little bit. No, to the top, to where we were. Okay. After a custody hearing denied my father visitation rights, my mother declined to pursue criminal charges despite finding of probable cause by the state of Connecticut due, in the words of the prosecutor, the fragility of the child victim. Woody Allen was never convicted of any crime. That he got away with what he did to me haunted me as I grew up. I was stricken with guilt that I had allowed him to be near other little girls. I was terrified of being touched by men. I developed an eating disorder. I began cutting myself. That torment was made worse by Hollywood. All but a precious few, and in parentheses she writes, my heroes, turned a blind eye. Most found it easier to accept the ambiguity to say, who can say what happened, to pretend that nothing was wrong. Actors praised him at award shows. Networks put him on TV. Critics put him in magazines. Each time I saw my abuser's face on a poster, on a T-shirt, on television, I could only hide my panic until I found a place to be alone and fall apart. Last week, Woody Allen was nominated for his latest Oscar, but this time I refused to fall apart. For so long, Woody Allen's acceptance silenced me. It felt like a personal rebuke, like the awards and the accolades were a way to tell me to shut up and go away. But the survivors of sexual abuse who have reached out to me to support me and to share their fears of coming forward, of being called a liar, of being told their memories aren't their memories, have given me a reason not to be silent, if only so others know that they don't have to be silent either. We're almost done. Today, I consider myself lucky. I'm happily married. I have the support of my amazing brothers and sisters. I have a mother who found within herself a well of fortitude that saved us from the chaos a predator brought into our home. But others are still scared, vulnerable, and struggling for the courage to tell the truth. The message that Hollywood sends matters for them. What if it had been your child, Kate Blanchett, Louis C.K., Alec Baldwin? What if it had been you, Emma Stone, or you, Scarlett Johansson? You knew me when I was a little girl, Diane Keaton. Have you forgotten me? Woody Allen is a living testament to the way our society fails the survivors of sexual assault and abuse. So imagine your 7-year-old daughter being led into an attic by Woody Allen. Imagine she spends a lifetime stricken with nausea at the mention of his name. Imagine a world that celebrates her tormentor. Are you imagining that? Now, what is your favorite Woody Allen movie?
Wow.
Yeah, that was fucking. And I tell you, that was the day of Phillip Seymour Hoffman's death.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that I think kept it off the.
Oh God!
But that was on a New York Times blog. That's not going away.
No,
it'll come back a little bit, but Woody Allen was knocked off the front pages by Phillip Seymour Hoffman. That's for sure. So, what do you think of it, Jenny Hutt? You brought it up.
Oh,
yeah, I think he did it. I mean, she's right. We sort of give him a pass because he's such a genius filmmaker, and he doesn't look. I'm doing air quotes like a pedophile, but I suppose he does.
Kind of does.
He does look like a pedophile. Glasses and nebbishy. But
he absolutely looks like a pedophile.
Right, but you're looking at me. He's so insecure and neurotic.
What do you think? Pedophiles are confident?
So
what do you think? Pedophiles walk around and hear the theme from Saturday Night Fever playing? It's hard to. I don't want it to be true because I love Woody Allen. That's the reality of it. I don't want it to be true because I love the genius of what he is. But it's hard to discount what she said. Like when you hear a specific thing like that, it's really, really hard to write it off.
Well, you could separate the two, can't you? Some of those movies are terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I don't think anyone has a problem in theory of separating the two, other than he just got this Lifetime Achievement Award. So then talk about his whole life. Like talk about the fact that he's a genius filmmaker and also a giant creep.
Yeah, he is a bit of a creep.
I think the genius filmmaker stuff goes out the window when you have allegations like that.
But Hollywood's weird. They're willing to overlook stuff like that. Like it's like racism, they're not. Homophobia, they're not. But look what Roman Polanski absolutely did, and they line up to work with him. They can't not work with him. And I know Woody was never convicted, so it's like I understand benefit of the doubt, but it seems like Hollywood never. Again, like the way they would have, like with Mel Gibson,
Mel
who had some shitty anti-Semitic views, and I don't like his views. I think he's a brilliant filmmaker, but look at the penalty he has suffered for his views.
Yeah.
Whereas a guy like the allegations against Woody were pretty heavy, and he has only suffered embarrassment, no real penalty in Hollywood.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Woody is so entrenched in Hollywood and so beloved that I think he'll actually skate this too.
Here's what's interesting.
It's when you're calling out. I'm sorry,
lay low, but
he has not responded to allegations in recent years until now, and now he put out a statement, I think yesterday, saying it's all untrue and that more will come. He'll say more.
He has to. He has to, because basically she's saying it's not his quote unquote crazy ex-wife.
Right.
It's the girl, and you can't just come after her like you nut.
Yeah, that looks bad.
It's very specific what she's saying, and the whole thing about suck my thumb and the staring at that fucking train going around and calling.
So gross. The suck my thumb is disgusting.
Yeah, although that is kind of graphic and creepy. The thumb, and it's almost like. When she's calling out specific actors, to me the worst one there was Diane Keaton, because she said, "You knew me when I was little. Have you forgotten me?" Like, oof.
What does that mean, right?
That's heavy, man. That's fucking hard for anyone as an actor to read. Like,
right. Definitely throwing some guilt around.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I wouldn't work with him.
I take my children to school. Otherwise, I would stay on this.
All right, Jenny.
Oh no, we were done
to
too.
have me. Thanks for having
Bye,
me.
Jenny.
All right, Jenny. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
You're wonderful. Jenny Hutt, everyone.
I wonder if she still can smell that duty on her lip. Like, she's got a scrub, and it's like, it's still a little there.
Yeah, I went to Baby Diaper Mustache. It was just her and her pictures. Yeah, what are they going to do this year at the Oscars? They're going to fucking...
Have they come out and said this guy's a fucking fraud yet? The Castaway guy?
I know, right?
He's Zach Galifianakis.
And he's
a
all
fraud.
fat. What kind of fat
You're not
guy
going to get that. You're not going to get that fat on. He said he ate fish.
Yeah, for over a year.
What happened with this guy? He's a castaway. His boat the engine broke or something, and he got to a little island, right? And he lived
14 months.
He lived there for 14 months. And then what happened? How did he get off the island?
He went to the airport, flew home.
Yeah. It's going to come out he's a fraud, right?
It's got.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, this is not possible.
And then there was another guy with him that
for
died.
being on a fish diet, huh?
Another guy that was with him that died.
Really?
So that could be some shenanigans.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, like 5 weeks or 4 weeks into the ordeal, the other guy died, and he just kind of rolled him off the boat into the water, and then he continued to live for another,
So maybe they had some kind of crazy fight.
Maybe something's going on,
He fucking kills that guy and goes, well, fuck.
I'll just say I'm shipwrecked.
I'll just say the engine fucking went. Now I got to hang out somewhere for a while.
I got to lay low.
I don't know. But they're comparing him to Tom Hanks and Castaway. But this is very suspicious.
Very, yeah. It's fishy.
Where's the story? I'm trying to see if we got all the details on this one. I think we pretty much have it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I just don't know how he got rescued. That's all. That's the part I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how they found him.
Mystery at sea, they're calling it.
And he's fucking
turns up 5,000 miles away.
He's got a bunch of weight on him.
Oh, well.
The door, who are anxiously awaiting his return.
Oh, boy.
His mother, Julia, says she never believed her son was dead and can't wait to take care of him and have the family together. He will likely be reunited with his family soon. For now, he is recovering from his ordeal.
What is he recovering from,
I mentioned that Alvarenga had been traveling with a companion, a teenager. He apparently refused to eat the fish and birds and turtles they were catching. So Alvarenga says he died 4 weeks after they drifted off course.
He refused to eat.
Clearly, this is not the end of the story. Do you believe it?
I think, we're all sitting here with this look like, I'm just not sure.
That big bitch hasn't refused to eat.
Being at sea for 13 months, eating just turtles makes you look different than that guy looks.
Yeah. That's the big sticking point there. I think that's what sticks with me. I just imagine him looking much different. He looked a little
What's
dirty,
next? You rock saying he was in a concentration camp?
It's not if I recall, there was a story years ago of 3 fishermen from Mexico who kind of charted the same course and survived.
It's a little chunky.
The currents actually go.
All right, good for them.
Poor kid.
They're suspicious as well. All right, good. Yeah, no, it's gonna.
Yeah,
they're gonna close in on him and get the real story. I mean, if you're stranded like that, you're not gonna refuse to eat.
Yeah, that seems a little odd.
That goes against your whole human nature.
Yep.
I mean, looking at a fucking turtle and going, "Oh, Jesus, I got to eat this to survive," but you're gonna eat it.
Yep.
Right.
You shove some of that in your mouth.
And fish isn't that bad. Fresh fish. You ever eat fresh fish right after it's been caught?
Not really.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy was fucking eating before. You know?
Right.
Living in the lap of luxury? I doubt it.
My guess, he killed the kid for whatever reason. Now he's like, fuck, I can't go home, so I need a fucking story, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I ate fish and turtles and birds, and he didn't want to eat this shit, so he died, and I threw him overboard?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Isn't that what they just said?
He's not saying why he did that.
Why wouldn't you keep the body?
I don't know. Might start stanking.
Yeah, but I think you have no choice. Because if you just throw the body overboard, people are going to think, what the did you murder the kid?
Little doubt there,
Yeah, there's some.
Now he's got the doubt.
Big holes in his story.
Yeah.
All right, we got food. We're going to take a break. Ooh. Just getting started. Stay there. Yeah. He was great.
Fuck him, just a terribly good actor, man. Fuck.
Phillip Seymour Hoffman was a great actor.
He ruled the day. The day he came up on extremely fucking strong heroin.
He was probably our best actor, right?
He was pretty goddamn good.
Gary Oldman's up there as far as a guy who can play anything. Who else can play anything?
But even in a bad movie, I was trying to think of a bad movie Phillip Seymour Hoffman was in.
Twister. Yeah.
Well, that was early in his career.
Yeah.
But his performance was always great, no matter what movie you're watching. Well, I watched a couple of his movies that were just complete dullards.
Shit.
But his characters were great. What was the one with the old age home? No one saw this movie. Oh. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? But he was amazing in that.
Cocoon?
Is it the Ben Stiller movie?
The Ben Stiller movie.
Wasn't he in one of those ones with Jennifer Aniston?
Something about Mary.
Along Came Polly. Right? He was in that?
Along Came Polly.
He was in Along Came Polly. He was good in that. I'm talking about a real just dark fucking movie. Oh, my God. Where his mom, I think, was put into a home or something. Anyone? Oh,
Magnolia?
God. I just stopped the flow of the fucking conversation for nothing. Yeah, whatever. It'll come to me. He was great in Doubt. He was amazing in Doubt. Anyway.
Yeah.
Jimmy saw him recently.
At Louis' house for Thanksgiving, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's the only time I ever met him. He was...
Wow. Was he cool?
He was very nice. Yeah, but I mean, it was just his children were there. That's the first thing I thought of when I heard he died. I was like, God, he had 3 kids. And
that's a little selfish.
He was conversational and friendly to people. He wasn't a dick. He wasn't standoffish. No. He was talking to Parker Posey. And they, about some project, and he went out, and I could tell he smoked. So I was like, I didn't, he's kind of heavy to be smoking.
Right.
But he was friendly to everybody, and it's just, regular dude.
And Ant just said he was a little selfish.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Absolutely, very selfish.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people get mad if you say that.
Well,
because he was an addict. He couldn't help himself. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I think when you have kids, you try to put your shit together. You really try, whether it's eating a little better or exercising or maybe deciding not to do heroin anymore.
What were his demons?
Well, being an addict is that selfishness is a big part of it, and self-centeredness.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading up on him a little bit. He was from Fairport. He was from Rochester.
Whoa.
And Fairport is a really nice area of Rochester.
Yeah.
And he was like all in with drugs back then. He stopped doing hard drugs at 23 years old? Something like that?
Yeah, that's what I heard in an interview that they were playing.
But he went from Fairport to NYU, and he had a pretty solid upbringing in life. So that's a very good question. I don't know what his demons could have possibly been.
Sometimes you just get turned on to something. It's like, I had a good life growing up, and somebody just, you're doing well, and someone's like, hey, try this, and you're like, fuck, I love it. Doesn't always have to be anything bad in the past.
And that's all it takes, right?
It can, I guess. Yeah, sure. You just like being high, or you like being away.
It does seem like that if you do have kids, though, and a life like that, like, just the fact that you like doing something doesn't seem like it's enough to go past that. Like if you have some kind of fucking, I got to do heroin because I got to get this out of my head that's constantly fucking eating at my brain, then I could see, hey, I really don't have much control over this. But just that, hey, it feels good.
Right.
That seems like a pretty shitty thing to sacrifice your family over.
But once you're addicted, it does. It's like once you cross that line, nothing before it matters. Like once you're hooked, you're hooked. It's almost like, well, I'm just life was great, and then I got hooked on it, and I'm still doing it is the same as I had a horrible upbringing and I'm getting rid of those demons. Because once you're addicted to it and you fucking need it to come around physically and just have a normal day, it doesn't matter. You're in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Does that scare you, Jimmy?
It terrifies you. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I never did heroin, but a guy sober or whatever.
No, that's what I was thinking about you because you've been sober a very long time. And
February 1st was my anniversary.
Oh. Congratulations.
February the 1st of 87.
87,
Wow.
so 27 years?
Jesus.
27 years. So you're around the Phillip Seymour Hoffman, they said, was sober for 23. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, this pops its ugly head back up.
Yeah, it scares me a lot.
And then obviously went all in. 70 bags they're up to that they have found. And I don't know.
Anxiety medicine.
And then who has to tell the press that they found a needle in his arm? That came out immediately.
Yeah.
And he was found with a needle in his arm. But I guess you would assume that, right? If you got a bad dose or whatever the fuck happened.
Oh, no, that's
while you're in the middle of
fast.
doing it.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's fast if you fucking can't even get the needle out of your arm.
Well, he might have just sat there and like passed out.
Yeah,
Whatever, heart attack killed him or some shit.
Wow.
Terrible. I mean, but it does kind of shed light on there's a lot of untalented people that are dropping dead like this every day, too.
Yeah, a few people were pissed off the fact that the NYPD said they're going out and looking for this dealer that's selling this killer heroin. And some people were like, hey, there's been 1,000 people that have died from the same heroin. No one gave it a second thought to go out and, try to find the dealer.
I'm sure they've been looking for the dealer.
Yeah.
It's not like the NYPD ignores heroin dealers.
Yeah, that's true.
There was a back and forth on the news. Dershowitz was involved, and somebody was saying that, the dealer should go away for life because he killed Phillip Seymour Hoffman. And then they're basically saying any drug dealer should go away for life if they're the ones that sold the dope to the person that OD'd or whatever. And Dershowitz was like, that's fucking crazy talk. Absolutely, that should not happen.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, it should be the penalty can't be higher because somebody OD'd on your product as it would be if they didn't OD on your product.
But it's illegal product.
Yeah, no, I understand, but it's...
And would that help the drug problem a little bit if dealers know they could go away if...
That's a good point.
If someone ODs on their shit.
You know what, dude? People are getting 25 years anyway. It's like the penalties for heroin dealing are pretty stiff. And if you're a two-time offender, you're going for life anyway in California. I don't see that as being a deterrent because nobody does shit with the plan on being caught.
Right.
So I don't know if that would matter. And to me, it's like alcohol companies have no penalty at all.
Right.
Considering, and I know the legality of it, but considering the damage their product causes, not 1 ounce of culpability.
It really is amazing.
Way more damage.
Way more.
Way more. Alcohol
really is
causes way more deaths than heroin.
It's really the only product that is sold that isn't held responsible in like any lawsuits. I never heard like, Seagram's is being sued for the death of the. It's never a case.
Yeah, it's a legal product, just like smoking, but smoking is constantly being. Well, then again, cigarettes lied. They brought that on themselves by lying for some
car companies, though. It's like, they made an unsafe car.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a problem with this or that. Like, but booze is just like, that's what it does, and they're not responsible for anything you do once you start pouring it down your mouth.
Which is technically, I guess, correct. They shouldn't be.
I guess so.
Let's go. The phone's just lit the fuck up. Chris in New York, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
This Phillip Seymour Hoffman, I think he had daddy issues. I'm pretty sure his father wasn't around growing up. It was just a single mother with him and like 2 or 3 other siblings.
Right, I did hear that. You're right. The mom raised 4 kids alone.
Right, and that's got to be fucking crazy.
Well, that fuck you up.
I mean, I grew up with 7 kids with 2 parents, and that was insanity.
But then there's some of us that wish we were raised by one parent, so.
I never, the guy loved him as an actor, but when you're that fat and your blood pressure is that bad, that's the last thing you need to be doing is messing with something like heroin.
Yeah.
You're really asking for it.
Well, logic certainly would state that, but, who knows what goes on in your fucking head. to justify it.
That's how strong it is, though. Like, I think of Geraldo a lot, who overdosed and had 3 sons, and I'm like, I would love to smash him, and I'm sure if he was alive, he would go, what a dummy I am. How can I do that? Like, he would be so fucking angry with himself if he knew that he was going to abandon his 3 sons.
Right. And he was extremely intelligent, Greg Giraldo. Brilliant. And we watched him suffer through this shit. Right in front of our eyes, he was trying to tell us, I don't want to speak ill of him, but he was trying to tell us one thing when it was obvious to everyone it wasn't true, but that just shows the struggle that was going on in his own head.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Thanks,
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Do addicts lie a lot, Jimmy?
Every time their fucking lips move, it's nonsense and bullshit. The old joke is an alcoholic will steal your money, but an addict will steal your money and then help you look for it, which is just an age-old fucking joke. But
great,
addicts lie a lot, a lot.
So true,
a lot.
Well, thank you.
Let's say hi to Matt in Connecticut. Matt.
Anthony's teeth are falling out, by the way, like Goldblum in The Fly.
But they're still falling out?
Yeah, I go today.
And did they really fall out during the big Joe Rogan, Ricky Gervais show?
Right at the end during You
didn't tell anybody. Why wouldn't you tell us? That would have been hilarious.
Because I just wanted to keep the, shit going.
My teeth fell out? That would have been an okay stop.
My teeth fell out. Just one tooth popped out. I was like, and then I put it in. I'm trying to do wreaths.
Can we hear that?
Well, see,
look. Let it fall out. Who cares?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Did it fall out again?
Right here, yeah.
Let me see.
I'll leave it off.
But it's not really grounded.
Yeah.
You said it was grounded down or whatever.
It's a little bit grounded down.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's just reshaped.
So you get your big falsies today? That's cool.
They're not falsies. They're laminants. Permanent. They're permanent.
Okay. I know they fancy up the names these days.
No, it's not a fancy name for dentures. It's laminates.
We'll be the judge tomorrow,
I still have my teeth. And they're just, they laminate over them.
Right.
Don't put up pictures of horses.
Oh, no.
Sam, you're a smart ass.
No, that's what comes up in Google image. You put laminates.
And George Washington's teeth come up. we learned that the other day.
Boy, did we. All right, we got a lot of guys and gals that went in on this heroin thing. Let's say hi to Matt. I guess we said hi to you, Matt. What do you got, buddy?
Just as far as him, you guys talking about how he possibly could have got hooked, but you snort a couple bags for 2 or 3 days. On that 4th day, you're either going to suffer or you're going to continue using. It's that easy to get strung out on dope, Yeah,
they say it's a very fast.
Yeah, it's really, it grabs you. You could think you're just going to use it for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I feel like hell, and you're in, and you either got to go get help or keep using.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Were you on it, Matt? Were you on it?
Oh yeah.
How'd you get off it, or are you still on it?
I was lucky enough to get arrested back in 2009, and I've been in the program ever since. But I wasted 30 years of a good life, getting high, shooting dope and pills, powders, whatever,
And you said in there you were lucky enough to get arrested. That's a very interesting comment there.
Yeah, and as they were cuffing me up, I knew there was a lot of suffering heading my way. But, in jail, you got no choice. You suffer, you go through it, and then you're out. And you either got to decide to. Of course, this happened to me at age 50. So I was in jail with a bunch of savages.
You got arrested at 50 years old?
Yeah.
What were you doing? Was it the drugs, or were you charged with something else?
I was smoking crack, but I got charged with selling 2 Xanax on the New Haven Green, and I needed gas money. I was
2 Xanax?
2 Xanax on the New Haven Green just to get some gas money. And, they locked me up.
Would you sell to a cop?
Sold to, some kid who was informant for the cops. So it was recorded and videoed. So I was like, And I actually drove away from the Green. They pulled me over, just took my info. And I thought I got away with whatever they were, whatever they were pulling me over for.
Yeah.
And like a month later, a warrant came out and they got me. And that was that.
How long did you go away for?
I only stayed in jail for like 45 days.
That's a long time for 2 Xanax.
Fucking days.
Wow.
Seems like they had
They wanted to give me 4 years at first. And I was like, no, You know,
You can't just say no.
Yeah, that's not a good legal defense. No.
Was it? Did you have? Did you have priors? Did you have priors?
That's the thing. I hadn't been arrested in like 18 years, so I thought I'm good. And the first words out of the bitch prosecutor's mouth was, Your Honor, he's got priors. And I said, really? 20 years ago? But that was the whole thing. I was in jail before. Once you've been in, your first options are not, probation or this or that. It's let's lock him back up. It's just a question of how long.
Xanax. 50 years old. He's in for 2 Xanax. What a bitch. You must have been a bitch.
Laying on the top bunk, listening to all the mania going on, and this huge storm with 500 people blasting their samba music, and security guards that can't read, or corrections officers that don't know how to read. I got a college degree. I'm not saying I'm the greatest guy on earth.
I think you are.
You're no Andy Dufresne.
I was Andy Dufresne. Oh, it sucked. But the worst day in my life, getting arrested that day, turned out to save my life. So
very good. And where are you at now, there, Matt? How old are you now?
I'll be 54 tomorrow.
Inspiring.
No, I'll be 55 tomorrow. 55 tomorrow. So,
should celebrate with some heroin.
That's not a good suggestion, Ed.
No?
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful.
You're not helping him.
I'm not. Yeah, you guys are not helping.
Yeah. All right.
All right, brother.
Well, happy birthday.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Matt.
Goodbye.
Let's say hi to John in New York. John.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, I could relate to this heroin issue. I mean, it is so out of control. I bought a place in Dobbs Ferry, New York, about 6 years ago, and the first thing you do is you check your neighbors out. You're like, all right, let me see what kind of neighbors I'm living next to. I had a family of 4 upstairs from me, 2 young girls, the mother and father. And in a matter of 6 years, it spiraled out of control. I can relate to Chris, the first caller, saying they had no father figure. The father died, and the daughter went nuts. She went completely nuts. And she OD'd last week, and they found her dead in her car.
Jesus.
Cute story.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, she's 28 years old.
Yeah,
you know what? I mean, it's so bad. I mean, I saw her spiral out of control over the last year and a half. Cops must have been called probably about 18 to 25 times in the past 6 months.
It's good to have some
and
happy,
I'm not a cop
successful
caller.
drug stories.
I'll deal with it myself. I mean, I'm not a cop caller.
Right.
But, my fiance just moved in, and, she was petrified. She didn't know what was going on upstairs. She'd go on like a 4-day bender, and she would never go to sleep.
Like a good bender.
Right.
Oh, it was terrible, but, for her to pass away the way she did, the poor girl, they found her in her car dead with a needle in her arm.
Well, everyone's got the needle in their arm. Never get that fucking thing out.
Needle and the damage done.
Oh, boy.
All right, John.
Terrible, man.
Thank you. Let's talk
Hey, take care, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Darla in Baltimore has a
Rest
story.
everybody.
Darla.
Hey, hello.
What's up?
Darla Hood. What?
My husband, he was addicted to heroin for 20 years. When I met him...
Wow, you must have been a real bitch.
It's the only way you could handle her.
Sorry, Darla.
Shooting up.
He was sober when I met him. When I met him, he was sober about 8 years. He's 20 years older than I am. So he was telling me, we've been talking about this Hoffman thing, and he said, from the minute you decide to put heroin in your arm, it's poison and that you're already a broken person. He was a white middle class.
Would you say, shut up, I'm watching TV?
Yeah.
White middle class kid, went to all Catholic school and started shooting dope when he was like 18 years old. And basically rebuilt his whole life at age 40.
That's good.
I can't imagine fucking a needle.
But how did he
fucking dealing with a needle?
And how did he survive 20 years doing that shit? Yeah. He's pretty damn lucky, right?
He's lucky to be alive. He had overdosed a couple times.
Jesus.
Was arrested, had warrants out in different states, and what he had going for him was he had a really high IQ, and he could write really well. So he would just get out. It was just, he just lucky. I'm his 4th wife, too.
Wow.
Fuck.
Oh, my God. This is lucky number 4.
I've been married 15 years, and we have a child together, and everything's great. He has a master's degree, so you can turn your life around, but he is an unusual case.
Inspiring stories today.
Amazing.
Inspiring.
Don't do heroin.
Well, it certainly gets everyone thinking. No,
yes.
I'm happy I never did that one, man. Never. It's just needles scare me, and I hate being nauseous. And I knew that vomiting was a huge part of heroin. It was like that's frightened me.
Is that part of the treat?
Yeah.
It's nasty. He said he had to go in the hospital, but he had like pus. He had like sores all over his feet and pus, and he had infection. They thought he had AIDS. I can't, when you see him today.
And this was all turn-ons for you?
I don't want to see him today.
No,
Busy.
No. Well,
I guess you met him after all this, I'm thinking.
I met him in college. I was,
Wait, he's 20 years older than you. You were in college. Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
well,
You scared me for a second.
Yeah, right?
when I met him, I was 32. He was 47, 48. 17 years older than me.
Okay.
Rounding.
Gotcha.
So, there were some red flags, but he had some other stuff going on that was all right.
Right on. Big cock. All right, darling. Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right.
Love your show.
All right, let's go to Nick in Syracuse. Nick.
Hey, what's up, boys? I just wanted to talk about as far as there's actually a psychedelic. There's actually a couple of them. Ayahuasca, you've probably heard of. There's one that's called Iboga or Ibogaine, and Joe Rogan talks about it a lot. He's talked about it a lot. People have used those drugs. It's got like a 90% cure rate for any addiction, not even just to and for even the worst, most highly addictive drugs like crack, heroin, all that shit.
Oh yeah,
and,
is it reasonable?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not even allowed. It's illegal in the U.S. for whatever reason, but it's legal in Mexico. So people go to clinics down in Mexico. Yeah, and they you trip your balls off, I guess, for like a couple days. You puke and all that shit. But I don't know. Whatever it does, basically, it cures you. I had a buddy who it definitely worked with. He tried to go cold turkey from opiates. His thing wasn't heroin, it was like the pills, Oxy-80s, but he couldn't do it. And then he tried the Suboxone stuff, which is like the treatment they give you in the U.S., which is you give it this Suboxone, which is just another opiate, and they try to...
What about an Anthony?
That's good. Wait a minute, a fucking Norton it.
Well, no, not according to the intro.
You can fix that? It's not fixed?
No, I wouldn't fix it.
I thought it was fixed.
No.
Yeah, but it's fucking. I don't know, man. But it's just kind of weird, like that it's not allowed in the U.S. But yeah, it's.
But Rogan. All right, I got you. So Rogan talks about this, and this is a way to maybe get off
drugs. Yeah.
Get off some of these hardcore drugs.
My question is though, like, what does that do? Like, it might help the physical thing, but the personality shit that makes you an addict, or all the, like, when I quit smoking, the nicotine. Hold on.
Hold on one sec, Nick. Hold on.
Like, what does it do for that? Because like when I quit smoking, a big part of it was drinking water, and that's why people put weight on, because the act is the physical act of putting hand to mouth and in front of the computer. There's so much psychological stuff that goes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. And what it does actually is when you take it, your hallucinations, you're going to hallucinate very, it's going to be crazy. And what it does is it makes you face whatever that core issue is. They say that basically doing that is worth about like 60 years and heavy therapy you can get in about 3 days from that, because what it does is your own mind, like, whatever hallucinations and nightmares and horrifying shit that you might see, like, you're going to go through hell. You're going to feel like you're in hell. At some
sounds
point
like
during
some
the
wacky.
thing.
Yeah.
My buddies. Yeah,
I would imagine you still need some heavy therapy. After you use that drug to get off the hard drugs.
90% of cures. The other 10% eat a baby's feet and jump in front of a train.
Yeah, the FDA will not approve it.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly. I feel bad for the other 10%, but yeah.
All right.
But it's I don't know. It's very odd that it's not allowed though in the U.S.
Right. And what's it called again, real fast, before we let you go?
Right. There's two names. The medicine name for it is it's Ibogaine. I'm not really sure how to spell it, but the plant it comes from is called Iboga, which is like an African shrub or something. But it's all just forms of DMT, just like, you know, the same shit that's in mushrooms or any other psychedelic.
Okay.
Just
That was a simple question.
Yeah.
What's the name?
All right, sir. I'm going to do more research on
This
this.
guy's yappy.
Maybe find the podcast Joe Rogan did where he discusses this.
Yeah, bring that shit up because it could help a lot of people. So, all right, thanks, boys.
All right, Nick.
Later.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He loves to talk, that guy.
Well, yeah. We got a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
On the, let's say hi to Rick in Canada. Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Good morning, boys. Thanks for taking my call. I think the dark movie that Opie's thinking of is called The Letter. He's married to a woman who commits suicide, and she leaves him this a sealed envelope.
Oh, Love Liza.
Suicide letter.
Oh, you talking about this Phillip Seymour Hoffman movie?
Oh.
Love Liza, where he starts sniffing glue, and he goes on the...
No, it's this model airplane fuel.
Yeah, oh, fuel, right. It was a weird movie. I didn't love it because...
but he was great in it.
He was amazing. It was a little too slow and, like, pointless. And I shouldn't say pointless, but meandering, I think. But it was still acted really, really well.
Well, he took a lot of... he had a lot of brave choices.
Yeah.
He didn't go for the hits all the time.
In his underwear.
Yeah, Love Liza.
Cool. I don't know.
Love Liza. I'm sorry, that's it, right.
It was very sad that his wife had left him this suicide note and he couldn't bring himself to read it. It was really a terribly sad fucking concept.
Right. He liked taking those sad roles. Well, thank you, sir. Let's go to Doug in Syracuse. Doug.
Hey, let's talk about the brave role of Along Came Polly for Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
Is he? I never saw that.
Yeah, that movie was... I didn't like it. Go ahead.
No, it's a terrible movie, and he plays Ben Stiller's best friend in it.
Oh, okay. Is that the line? Wait, is that the one? There's one really funny scene where the first time I ever heard "sharded" was from Phillip Seymour Hoffman, where he goes, "I sharded. We got to go, man. Let's go. I sharded." That's the first time I ever heard that, and it made me laugh. So I thought of that recently.
Yeah, I didn't like Along Came Polly. I guess you're right. There's a bad performance in a bad movie.
I'm sure there's been some terrible movies he's been in.
Sure. But you can't really
You guys
think
are
of many of
welcome.
them.
Punching out.
All right, wow.
Like, look at the interesting stuff he was doing, and look at like the roles De Niro takes. Like almost like, and De Niro's got twice the time in that Hoffman does. But you know, he's really just taking all these weird choices and trying to be different things. And
all right, let's say hi to Daniel. He's calling from Korea. Jesus.
Hi, Daniel.
I think he calls every once in a while. Now that I think about it, what's up, buddy?
Morning, fellas.
Hey.
First and foremost, the other movie you were talking about was called The Savages, where he was a writer and his dad got put in the home or some shit.
I think that's the one. I absolutely think that's the one. It was about one of his parents being put in the home. This thing was so dark, and it was filmed in just dark colors, and it was deeply depressing. And I remember seeing the movie going, wow, he's a great actor, but what is the purpose of this film? It's just getting everyone sad.
Sometimes those.
I think that's the one.
Put them out just for that.
I believe that's the one I was thinking of. Yes.
Yeah, well, I worked drug suppression team up in northern New York when I was up there with the Army. And when they say he had 70 bags of heroin in his house, they're not like Ziploc bags or shit like that. They're called stamp bags. They're about the size of, a postage stamp.
Oh.
And it's for individual use when they smoke their heroin.
that's what I assumed. Small bag.
Yeah, but
glassine.
But how many highs is that?
It's just a fucking one high. I mean,
one high for the 70 bags.
No, not for the 70 bags per bag.
That'd be 70 highs.
But that's still a lot then. If that's 70 highs.
Oh no, there's no saying that it's not a shit ton of heroin and a ridiculous amount, but it's not like he was fucking getting ready to go distribute it and shit.
Oh, we all know that. We all know it was for his individual use. That wasn't in question.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Kenny.
Oh no.
Hold on. Yes.
Some addicts could have a 10-bag-a-day habit.
Wow.
So that could have just been for a couple days.
Yeah, so for a weekend, you could easily do 20, 30 bags.
Yeah, the paper said there was 23 empty bags.
Jeez.
So you think, why such lousy housekeeping? Like, obviously, somebody housekeeper. Like, why would he leave that shit around? That could have just, like you said, been for a weekend or 3 days.
What would you do, Kenny? Crack their teeth and run their pockets?
I don't know what you're referring to. But here was one of my favorite movies with De Niro and Phillip Seymour Hoffman. He played a tranny in Flawless.
Flawless.
I didn't see that either.
It's a good one.
1999.
It's good? Yeah, you got to watch it. De Niro does a good role.
I didn't see Flawless either.
It's a good one.
I'm going to look it up.
I recommend it, people.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Well, you had me a tranny.
A Kenny pick.
Thank you.
One last thing, boys. When Jimmy talks about it on his show sometimes, apparently Phillip Seymour Hoffman was getting treated for an injury, and he got back into the drug addiction and whatnot from opiates, painkillers,
pain pills,
like
yeah.
that.
You got to be so careful with that shit. They scare the fucking shit out of me. Like, whenever I have a pain, like, and I'm not a martyr. Like, if I'm truly hurt, I will take one. But I take them so carefully. I take less than the recommended dosage. And I talk to people. I'm always talking to people. They really fucking frighten me.
Because that could just be the trigger right there, right?
Yeah, and years ago, a guy named Jim, who really pretty much saved my life, it was a guy who would always say motives are everything. You always know what your motives deep down. Like, you can lie to everybody, but you have to know what your motives for doing something are.
If your motive is to take the pain away, physical pain away, that's one thing. If you're like, hey, I kind of like the buzz this is giving me.
That's
a problem.
If you're trying to sneak one in, you're just lying to yourself. With who you lying to.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.
All right, that's all I got, boys. Thank you.
All right.
That's quite enough. Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to go on to happier things in a few more minutes here. But first, Andy in Boston. Andy.
Hey, a couple things real quick on the movies. Along Came Polly was a shitty movie, but if you're going to laugh in that movie, it's really only when Phillip Seymour Hoffman was in it. I thought he was hilarious in it. And how about the Hannibal movie, when he was the reporter, he got his face bit off and then lit on fire in the wheelchair. You remember that?
No, I saw that, but I don't remember him in it.
Right.
Yeah, it was a fucking sick scene.
He was a ton of movies.
Few really cool, a few scenarios in my life. All three of these happened before any of us were 20 years old. One of my really good friends at 17 was hooked on heroin. He couldn't deal with it anymore. He went home, grabbed his older brother's gun, because he was a police officer, went upstairs while his older brother and father were just sitting at the kitchen table, just blew his brains out. So that was a victim of heroin. Secondly, a kid that was pretty good in school, good athlete, gets out of high school, gets hooked on oxys, gets hooked on heroin. He robs a local CVS with a fucking glue gun in his pocket for oxys. And he did 6 years. And now he's in and out of prison pretty much, in and out of being an addict. So that's a sad case. But a happier story was my older brother. He was hooked on heroin for 5-6 years as a teenager. Same thing as some guy said a few calls ago. They found him on the side of the road, half dead with a needle in his arm. And getting arrested, I think, is one of the saving grace for any of these people, because it is true. They told him either you go to prison or you go to rehab. And 15 years later, not only is he sober, but he's one of these cases that can actually go out and drink. And Jimmy, have you ever heard of that? Because I know addicts have to give it all up, but I still go out.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Some people do it. That's up to them. Personally, I don't consider somebody sober if they do that. If they're still smoking pot or still doing it. But again, that's not my job to tell them what to do. I don't feel that that's being sober at all.
Yeah, well, he was completely sober. Like, he smoked cigarettes. When he quit heroin, he doubled up on his cigarette habit. We'd much rather see him do that, obviously. But he went probably 5 or 6 years without drinking. And then he would, and still he socially drinks. He doesn't get bombed. He doesn't drink a lot, only once in a while. And I thought it was weird, too. But he still tells me he's out in L.A., and he does trailer editing for HBO, and he's doing really well. He's got kids, a wife. But he still tells me every once in a while, he goes, oh, of course I'm scared. I'm scared to death of heroin. Like, he's just scared that he'll trip over it again one day. So I think that'll never leave.
Well, I don't know why he's drinking then. Like, if you're really scared of because it doesn't get you until it gets you. Like, I don't see how someone could stand on the train tracks like that. Like, people are like, I'm a good drunk driver. I don't never hit anything. Yeah, until you do. You never hit anything. It's not like life has lead ups. Like, you don't, in the law of averages, you're going to, in your car, drunk drive, first into a guardrail, then into a telephone pole, then into a child. You don't get that linear progression. Sometimes you're just driving home one night and all of a sudden there's a fucking dead family attached to your car, and that's the end of their life, and that's the end of your life. Like, there's not always the lead-up signs.
I tail it away from that scene.
Back up and keep going.
That's what you gotta
right
do.
to the car wash.
Right.
But, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, that was a good case. But I'll tell you, I think heroin, it's got to be 1 in 10 at best that survive it.
Maybe.
Once you become an addict, I would say. Watch out, guys. Thanks.
All right, thanks for sharing. Holy fuck, Andy. Jesus. Joe in New York. Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Joe.
I just wanted to say that the way that the way that the bags are, so many bags it's the way the bags come is in 10. So 10 bags is a bundle, 10 bundles is a sleeve. So most likely they're going to find, or he threw out 30 bags because 70 is not the right number. And I actually called Jimmy's show a couple months ago that I kicked a 5-year habit. Since then, I've been back and forth a couple of times, but it really is a crazy thing, and I'm going to assume also that they're going to find that he was mixing stuff, because it usually starts off where it's heroin, but most of the time heroin's not going to kill you straight up. You probably mixed it with a bag of Coke or whatever the case is, because I've had like 3 or 4 friends die. It's always that.
They found RX meds too. I don't know what they exactly is, but who knows? You could just have a heart attack. It could be so many things.
Why do you end up mixing?
Well, because eventually you can only get so much heroin when you start losing your money on heroin. So you say, let me try to mix it. I mean, I never personally mixed it. I never even shot it. I always just put it up my nose. But people who shoot it I've been around plenty of people, and they say that you can't get the same high. So rather than spending $500 a week to try to keep the heroin habit going, you grab, $50 of heroin and $50 of Coke and mix it together, and it's supposed to be this, phenomenal thing. I don't know. I never did it, so I couldn't tell you.
And you're saying they're going to find more than 70 bags in there?
Yeah, because 70 is a weird number. It's either going to be 100 or it's going to be 10. You're not going to just go buy 7 bundles. You know what I mean? You're going to buy a whole sleeve. So,
well, he may have bought those. He may throw them out when he's done with them. So
yeah, he might have already started cleaning up here and there.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And the way the needle's always in your arm is because it becomes you're not even shooting up to get high anymore. You're just it's just part of the day, just like smoking, Jimmy. After you eat, you gotta smoke. After you do this, you gotta smoke. It's the same thing. You're supposed to be shooting.
It's maintaining.
Shooting and keep shooting and keep shooting, and you don't even realize that you're not getting high anymore. You're just not being sick. So you spend your whole life not being sick, and then eventually it either you do too much and this is what happens, or you start mixing it, or whatever the case is. And Xanax and heroin is a bad combination because it's just the downer on top of downer on top of downer. Xanax could kill you by itself. So Xanax and then shooting up, you're guaranteed to go. It's like 99%.
Yeah, when you're just doing that just so you don't get sick, it's almost like we talked about Mickey working Barfly the other day, putting the tie around his neck, just to stop shaking. When you're at that point, it's like there's no fun. You're not enjoying it. It's not like, wow, party time.
No,
I don't want to vomit on my easy chair.
Right,
go
so you don't feel like shit.
Wow.
Right. Honestly, you lose the fun of it. The fun is gone after a month, literally, if that. Depending on how much you do, the fun part of it is gone after a month, and then it just becomes not being sick.
Right.
Seriously, your whole life revolves around not being sick. I mean, you go to work and you're thinking about when you're gonna get your next fix because you're already feeling like shit 6 hours after you just did something. I mean, you can't go 2-3 hours without having something. So someone like him who's got money like that, the shooting never stops, because once you're that far gone, you could go 10 minutes, 12 minutes, you start sweating and feeling like shit, and you need more.
When you look at people who are sober, like nice heroin addicts or people that we know that are sober, these are all the same people, maybe the same group of people that would smash an old lady's fucking teeth in to get high.
Yeah.
And it's like, you look at what it makes people do to get it. Like look at how some of them are animals and completely, worthless. But there are people that when you look at them when they get clean and sober, it's like, wow, that's a decent enough guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But that guy also would have picked up a rock and fucking caved in somebody's head to get money.
Get money, yeah.
You see how far it takes people away from their humanity.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. It really is. It's just a downward spiral. And I mean, stealing money from your parents, if I could tell you stories for hours, guys, it's not even worth it, but I'm sure everybody can. So
yeah, the phones are ridiculous. They are just lit.
All right, see you later, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
No one's ever found with the joint still in their mouth.
No.
Oh, and he was found with the joint still in his mouth.
Right. That's how quick heroin could go. Let's go to Chris in Jersey. Chris.
Weed.
Hey, first I wanted to say I will be seeing little Jimmy Norton at the Borgata this Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. Are you coming the 14th? Good, buddy. We'll all be there.
All right, Jimmy, I think it's a little hypocritical. As we all know, if you do a drug, the actual chemical in the drug is not what gets you high. It releases endorphins or dopamine from your brain that gets you high, which is the same high that you get when you are with a prostitute. So for you to say that you don't consider somebody sober because they smoke pot, but you still feed your own sexual addiction and impulsion, so you should...
It's not hypocritical. No, it's not. I'll tell you why.
Yourself sober.
No, well, you know what? In a way, you're right. It's sober. To me, being a sober person has a certain spirituality to it and a certain evenness and calmness, and a lot of that I don't have. So you could say my sobriety needs a lot of work, and you'd be right. But people who compulsively overeat, who also get that dopamine drip, I consider them sober. We're talking about from drugs and alcohol. Like, I'm not justifying it morally, saying I'm better than the heroin addict. But we know the difference between what people do when they're high or drunk and what it causes you to do, and what you do when you compulsively overeat. Like, again, we can play the semantics game, but have you ever seen anybody fucking eating pound cake and run into a family of 8? Like,
yeah, there's a difference between an endorphin or dopamine fucking high and drinking or doing drugs. You know, it's not the same exact thing.
Yeah, I don't go through DTs when I don't jerk off. Yeah, I get cranky, but I don't vomit. I don't get dope sick.
Well, somebody who has a food addiction could have a heart attack behind the wheel and kill somebody.
Again, yeah, if you want to play semantics games just so you can win the argument, sure. But you do know the difference. But dude,
16-year-old Jimmy again?
Okay, the point. You know the difference. You'd be saying I'm being hypocritical. You know the difference between someone drinking and getting high on heroin and somebody jerking off or compulsive overeating. I'm not saying morally, but you know the difference.
My point is chemically, when it comes down to it, you're having that same release in your brain as somebody who is getting high off the drug. Okay, maybe you're right. It is different. There is a gray area there, but okay, I just wanted to point that out.
Well, that's why I consider it. I'm not trying to say that I'm more sober than that guy because I'm better. If I was drinking beers, I would not be sober. I wouldn't be sober. If I was smoking pot, I wouldn't be sober. Oh, is he gone?
No,
he's still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you going to still see little Jimmy Norton at the Borgata?
Of course I'm going to see
Okay. Yeah. Like, dude,
I can't wait.
If I was going to, if I was sexually sober, quote unquote, and being healthy, then yeah, jerking off is a relapse. Unless sex addiction's a weird fucking sobriety.
But jerking off would be considered a relapse in that situation? That's so weird
It depends on what you are. They have something called bottom lines.
Right.
Which it's different. It's not all or nothing. Like, it's not all or nothing with food. But it can't be all or nothing.
But instead of acting out sexually where you're banging all these broads behind your wife's back or girlfriend's back, but now you're not doing that, but you're jerking off, that's not...
It depends on your addiction.
So weird.
It could be like getting high on heroin
if you're jerking
and
off for 6 hours and you're supposed to be fucking picking up your kid from school, but you don't,
I get
then
that.
there's an issue.
Yeah.
If you're just spanking one out, you know, to get rid of the poison, as you say.
That's why sex addiction and food addiction
are very hard.
Really strange.
Yeah, they're really tough, man. And again,
you kind of need both those things as a human being.
Yeah, because you can't not think about sex.
Right.
And people who don't do it at all, who are like sexually anorexic, I mean, that's not fucking healthy either.
Right.
No.
Wow, the video of the body leaving the apartment.
Hey, there he goes.
Always creepy, huh?
Yeah, black bag.
Ugh, that's how you go out, in a black bag. Wonderful. Let's get it. Thanks, Chris. We're going to go on to Eric in Jersey. Eric.
Morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Hi, buddy.
Well, we're a little down right now.
I've heard.
We're going to turn this thing around, though. I promise you that.
Your chin up.
After the break, we'll do something fun.
Well, first of all, let me preface this by saying I guess I swear I'm just lucky in life. I've tried almost every drug at one point or another, younger days, and I've never been addicted. Cigarettes is the only thing I've been able not to kick.
Yeah.
But I remember hanging out with a couple girls, meeting some guys, and I never,
girls.
Yeah, right?
This is sexy.
I never knew, you know, everyone says I'll never do heroin. Now, this girl says I'm going to go to Trenton, get some white, and I'm naturally assuming it's coke. I never even heard of anybody doing heroin around me. In my head, at 18, I thought heroin was only something you shoot. I didn't know you could snort it. So she comes back with a couple lines, and we're all drinking. I take a little bump and wait 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes, do another little bump. And I put my head back and I said, man, what fucking kind of coke is this? And the chick just laughed and said, oh, that's not coke, that's H. Within,
Hulk?
I don't know,
I thought it was coke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
If it's white powder in front of you, says snort it, and you think it's coke. Within 2 minutes, I just started throwing up everywhere. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah.
The camera fall over?
Idiot. Oh, God, Tucker Max. Why do you have to bring that up?
Shit.
Now this chick.
Ugh. All right, so you threw up. Then what happened?
Now I have a goatee. I fucking without even.
That's a good car.
Being able to get my bearings. Next thing I know, this chick is on me, kissing me, and she pulls back, and she's got fucking puke all around her lips.
Sexy.
And she's licking her lips.
Ugh.
And then she fucking wanted to suck my dick. Now, dope dick is the reason I don't think anybody should ever get addicted to heroin. I could not get hard. She sucked my dick for, I don't know, an hour.
I guess it makes you a trooper, though.
What a horrendous scene. He's got puke in his goatee. She's got puke all over her face because she was making out with the dude. Now she's sucking his
limp dick.
No. I wish it ended there, but it doesn't. So I can't get hard the whole time. She's sucking on my dick. I can't get hard. So I'm like, well, I got to do something. So I start fingering her. She's laying towards me, and I'm eating her out. And she looks back and goes, oh, my God, no one's ever done that. I was like, you never got fingered? She goes, not there. And I'm 2 fingers deep in her ass.
Oh, no. You are a disaster.
That was my wake-up call, man. I said, oh, fuck that.
Oh, fuck.
I figured brighten up this dreary fucking heroin subject a little bit.
Well, there you go. Well, it's a heavy topic today. Heavy topic.
Story.
Thanks, Eric.
Take it easy, gentlemen.
How unbelievable.
What an attentive lover.
No kidding. There's a million other calls, but we can take a break. Go on to something else. We can come back to this, but it's very fascinating that he kicked a lot of drugs, but he can't kick cigarettes.
Cigarettes they're a tough one, yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because they're not considered drugs or, for the most part, accepted.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to break. Pat Cooper's coming in today. Didn't he retire?
Yes.
So what's this about?
I guess he's not retired from show business anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That was a matter of months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pat Cooper's coming in about a half hour.
Yeah.
All right, that should be quite interesting.
Oh, yeah.
To say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got something to talk about.
And, yeah. All right. We'll be back. So why were the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Super Bowl?
Because Bruno Mars can't, cut it just by himself. I don't think
I think that's what the Super Bowl people were thinking.
Yeah, the wow factor, not quite there like a Madonna or a Beyonce.
I'm not a huge Bruno Mars fan, but he certainly did great.
Yeah, he was good.
He did great. And then all of a sudden the Red Hot Chili Peppers did Give It Away. It just didn't. I'm like, why are they there?
That song fucking stinks.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, give it away, give it away. Give it away, give it away. I loathe it.
Did you see Flea wasn't even plugged in?
I was about to say that, Travis, you son of a bitch. That's where I was going with this.
He wasn't wearing a wireless?
Lip sync.
To cut down to all the mocky mock.
Flea plays the bass, and he was not plugged in. He was playing air bass. I could have used him back in college. God damn it. We need a good air bass guy.
Because they do have wireless units.
You sure he wasn't wirelessly plugged in? Yeah.
There's nothing, though?
Plugged into anything.
They're saying he wasn't plugged in at all.
Maybe he was just playing acoustic in front of a giant crowd.
And I guess the guitarist wasn't plugged in either.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing there in the jack.
Wait, what's that wire under there?
Well, that looks like a wireless jack.
Yeah.
That's not this.
What?
Yeah.
That could be. They could have. Who knows?
No, that's a picture of when he is plugged in wireless?
Yeah.
It appears
okay, so that's where he is playing.
Different bass.
Yeah.
Unless there's a new technology, we don't need that thing.
Unless they can make it flat against the guitar so it doesn't hang down and just paint over it.
I don't know, but this hit yesterday, and no comment from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They haven't said a word about this. You would assume they would say "fuck you." I absolutely was playing.
It's not like it's the '90s where they need some fucking grunge credibility here.
Were they lip syncing or no?
I guess the point is we all know they lip sync, but they have always played along. But now it's like you don't even have to.
Did he say most motherfuckers don't give a damn?
Well, most motherfuckers don't go downstairs. I told you, brother. They don't go downstairs.
Most motherfuckers have a cold-ass stare.
Right.
That's another one.
I think that's the real one,
I guess
right?
they cut that out.
Oh, they did?
Well, they probably didn't sing it. I think that would be a scandal. Another scandal for the Super Bowl.
Why would they lip sync? You're a fucking rock band. McCartney didn't lip sync. He sat there and he sang the songs.
Everything has to be perfect. You know that.
I guess for time.
What do you mean for time? The song is the song.
No, I mean for setup and takedown. It's like it's really quick. There's no sound checking you have to do. You don't have to check the instruments and equalize the drum mics and all that horse shit. You just fucking fake it.
Right.
They wheel you out, wheel you away.
Yeah, but Bruno was great. And I think Anthony Kiedis is still in shape. I'm not really sure.
He's bigger than he was.
Well, he's got muscles on top of Flab or something. Like he's thicker now.
He is thicker, but he was
still
always
in
a
shape.
thin guy.
Right, I don't know.
But he's, All right. He's got a little that middle-age weight.
Let's say hi to Bob Levy. Bob.
What's up, man? That was the worst Super Bowl ever, man.
Didn't like it?
That was. And I thank you, Opie, for telling us to take Denver, you fuck.
See?
I didn't take Denver,
I said the same thing. Opie's saying he wanted to.
Denver.
I took fucking the Seahawks.
The Seahawks, but I say it was. He
I
said
finally
Denver.
got one right. I haven't picked a Super Bowl in years.
Well, I think you're.
I want to find audio of that. Maybe you'll
I remember Denver. I heard you saying.
Listen,
Denver,
guy. Listen, guy.
Hi, pal, fella.
That shit ain't working with me, guy. I took the Seahawks. I know I
You
did.
think that guy Bruno was good?
Yeah, for the music he does, sure.
As a performer, you could go, okay, he did great.
What kind of music is that? You know?
It's not for you, Bob.
Yeah, it's pop.
He had a retarded fucking haircut. He looked like a retarded Ricky Ricardo. And they got all the little girls dancing in front of the stage. I was hoping the stage fell on him.
That's what it's all
fucking
about.
Horrible setup bullshit.
It's pop music for the little girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
Dude, it's to keep people watching. Like, it's almost geared at a different demo. Like, like McCartney is for Super Bowl people, but like Bruno Mars and Madonna, they're geared for people that are probably not giving a fuck about the Super Bowl that will stay on that station for that time.
Yep. Well, it worked. It did 111.5 million people, making it the most watched event ever in the U.S.
They expected a good game out of that. And fucking Manning couldn't hit a fucking pass. Everything was left, right, high, low. And fucking they can read him so easily. I was able to read the plays they were going to fucking
Well, yeah, he's got a stiff neck, though. You know, you can't really fake shit when you got that stiff neck.
Oh,
he was a bust.
I think that after that snap went over his head, that just put the whammy on that team where they just were like, everything is going to go wrong.
And it did. Wow.
And let's not forget, the Seahawks are amazing.
They're great.
They're an amazing defensive team. That's why I picked them.
When they hit guys, did you hear those fucking hits?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was amazing, their defense, how they were fucking on them and the hits that they were fucking putting on Denver. Like, nobody wanted to take a chance at even trying to catch the ball. That's probably why they were dropping them all.
You know, they only lost.
Even though
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's probably, even though he was throwing a little left and right and that shit, you reach for it, you're going to get hit. And the refs ain't going to call shit in the Super Bowl.
Well, the weird thing is it was a blowout, as we all know, and it was the most watched event in the U.S., and they said only 5% of the people tapped out in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Why?
What are you going to do? What are you going to put on? There's nothing else.
Yeah, you just kind of leave it on.
Just leave it on in the background?
Pre-show.
Also because it was Manning. When it was Peyton Manning, you still think like this guy is capable of a 4-touchdown quarter. All you need is one touchdown and then a fumble recovery, run back in, and they're right back in the game. So that's why people stayed.
I just don't feel like he had a chance at even that. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, the game was, you knew it was over right off the bat. You knew that game wasn't even going to be fucking close.
Right.
And he played as bad as his one-eyed, retarded, fucking Down syndrome brother in that stadium.
Jesus.
And it was fucking horrible.
The offensive language I hear from Robert Levy.
My God.
I don't think we need to bring people's handicaps into Yes, sir.
That was the worst fucking game I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. That's a fucking disgrace. Nobody wants that halftime show. It was 30-something minutes, I tell you. 30-something minutes for the players to sit back in the back and get all fucking, you know, they got to stretch the whole fucking time to get back into shape. You don't do that to play. Play football. It's not a fucking concert. Play the concert before the fucking show. We don't want to see those fucking cunts.
Well, I think it's a little too late for that. I think we've
over.
all accepted that.
That's a losing battle, man.
I think society has accepted a very long halftime for the Super Bowl.
Didn't they used to just bring out like a college fucking band?
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they'd march around and make shapes.
Here's your trivia question for today. I don't know the answer. When did it change from the basic who gives a fuck halftime show to, hey man, why don't we do something with this? And what band was it? Does anyone know?
Oh, I'm gonna say
it was probably in the 80s. I would say
this goes all the way back to the 80s. You think?
I think maybe 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Oh. There's your trivia question today. When did it all change, and with what band? Where they said, "Fuck, we could." Really, showcase halftime.
You with a lady there, Rob?
And why would some of these advertisers that advertise, like, you know what I mean, like Coke and Pepsi, why do you want to spend all that money when that's what people buy anyway, you know?
You're preaching to the converted.
It's brand recognition. I guess if they don't keep that brand recognition up, they feel like their sales will drop. I agree with you. At this point, I think we all know... You know, Coke and Pepsi. My God.
Yeah, and fucking Doritos. Like, I want to go out and get a fucking bag of that horse shit. Go fuck yourself.
I remember the time that commercials were kind of, dare I say, fun to watch and stuff. I don't remember the last Super Bowl where I sat there and went, oh my God, did you see that commercial? I think out of habit we all just say that and think the commercials are that amazing still.
I think there was one funny one yesterday, but I forget what it was. And there was only one. The best commercial ever was the one with the horse that the guy grew up with, and it came running to him at the end. And it reminded me of when Beth met Howard. Sorry.
He goes, sorry.
Sorry.
He just goes, sorry. Sorry.
He had to say it.
I love you guys.
Sorry. Just quickly, sorry. I think the commercial that you really liked was the Sarah McLachlan making fun of herself. That was pretty good, I thought.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I don't even remember that one, but there was one good one that made me actually laugh, man. And the other ones were like, it was just such a fucking bad 5 hours that I want back from my life from the fucking NFL. They ain't
gonna happen.
No.
I know.
All right, Bob. I think the first time they went with it for halftime, I'm going to go with Super Bowl 27.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
No.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck!
That wasn't the first one.
No?
They started fucking around with the thing back in '73.
No. What?
They added Andy Williams to the marching bands.
Oh, Andy Williams and the marching band.
Right, so they start fucking around a little bit.
So technically, that's the answer.
Who the fuck is watching that drivel?
But then they were going back to the marching bands and kind of coming up. Up with People performed 2 years in a row.
Up with People was a big thing.
That was '81 and '82.
What's Up with People again?
Oh,
yeah,
it's
they're
a
just
bunch
being
of
people.
dumb fucking young white kids singing, I think.
Oh, all right.
It might have been black, too. I don't know.
And then they kind of gave up on the whole thing in '87.
Okay.
When it was George Burns, Mickey Rooney, Grambling State University, and the USC marching bands.
Holy shit. What a delightful show.
That was Disney
1980s.
characters. That was '87. Then '88, it was Chubby Checker and the Rockettes.
But you could see what they're doing slowly.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker.
Jesus.
'89 sounds terrible.
Why?
Elvis Presto and the South Florida area dancers with 3D effects.
Oh, all right.
That was '89. That's like...
That doesn't make
89.
sense. That sounds like shit from the '70s.
Right, it's not, you know...
All right, keep going. When was the big...
91 was NKOTB.
When do we get A-listers?
I mean, NKOTB in 91, New Kids on the Block?
That's it.
That's right there. That's
the A-list.
That's the answer.
The one.
New Kids on the Block in 1991 changed it forever.
Yeah.
What was the year before? Who was the year before?
Year before was Peter Fontaine or Fountain.
I don't
He
know.
does not get that halftime show.
Yeah.
Doug Kershaw, Irma Thomas.
Oh,
Nichols
Ema,
State.
right?
Irma.
There's an R in there?
There's a university
Okay.
marching band.
And another
All
university
the way to
marching band.
1990, though?
And then 91, New Kids on the Block. They had a bunch of hits.
That was the big one right there then.
Yeah.
It was New Kids.
Yeah.
Let's
And they
say.
had-
So it was 91.
Yeah,
I heard
91.
that before.
The right stuff.
So that's 23 years ago. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Colin Quinn. Colin.
Oh, Colin.
Hey guys, I
Colin.
just had to join in on the Super Bowl conversation. I think it was a blowout from early on. You know.
Yeah.
I think they got off on the wrong foot with the safety, and then it just got worse from there. And the second half started off.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking run, that was the end of the game.
Yeah.
'Cause you can come back from 22-0 or whatever, but that run back, they were finished.
Yeah, if you
Well,
can't
even
change that
then,
momentum.
They scored 6 touchdowns. They might have came back after that, but then they scored another one. Yet another one in the other quarter. I don't know. I know it sounds like kind of rudimentary, like people are crashing into the fucking turnpike right now as we discuss this. But to me, I think it's important.
And then everybody also commented on how lucky everybody got with the weather.
Right.
Oh, thank God!
We missed it by a day.
We were in a deep freeze.
Holy fuck!
Many wishes we did have bad weather.
God, we were all praying for yesterday's weather,
And it
we
was
just
a
missed.
very mild day for
Yeah.
the Super Bowl in Jersey, and then the snow didn't start until yesterday. So all worked out for the best, didn't it?
Yeah. You guys better change this fucking subject right now.
Oh, we're doing a little Super Bowl wrap-up talk, Colin.
Super Bowl.
That's right, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
We could talk about Phillip Seymour Hoffman.
We did.
They found 70 bags of heroin.
Little fucking tiny bags.
Little teeny little starter bags, right?
I think one would have been enough to kill him.
Sure.
That's all he needed.
Very tragic.
Another genius. Was he an American treasure?
Well, I actually knew that guy, so I really did like him.
Oh.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
And see, now we're talking
Well,
about
you
one
told
of
us
your,
to change the subject.
one of your
It's funny
pals.
until it's somebody you know, right?
Did you really know him? Did you know him well?
Yeah, no, not that well, but I knew him a little, yeah.
How'd you know him?
Just from around, I met him in SNL a few times. I knew some friends of his, friends of mine, so I ran
Yeah.
into a bunch of times.
Hey, what'd you think of what'd you think of Jerry's commercial?
Yeah, that's your pal.
Well, I thought it was brilliant and amazing. In fact, that's what I said to Jerry as I sat next to him watching.
Oh, that's right. You did watch the big
I was
game.
at Jerry's house for the big game. I wasn't going to go, you done better, Jerry.
That's it.
What great.
The only funny one the whole time.
So who now was Tom Papa there?
No, Tom P. is in L.A., I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's finally in L.A. I know he
Right.
moved there, but then all of a sudden he was in New York more.
Yeah.
That was very
Now,
confusing
Tom,
for a while.
Tom, first of all, I was the one that introduced Tom to Jerry to have him open for him many years ago.
Oh.
But, I'll speak off the record. Tom is semi out of the loop with Jerry.
Yeah, he is, right?
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of control Jerry. I don't control Jerry, but I'm saying I have the inside dope.
Right. You know everything
Yeah,
that's
you
going
control
on.
his car when you're pushing it down Minetta Lane.
What's that now?
I said you control his car when you're pushing it down Minetta Lane.
I'm sick and tired. To this day on Twitter, every asshole.
That's what you get.
I never told that story until it became the guy who was spotted.
He's always pushing
Exactly.
Jerry's car
Yeah,
now.
who do you think told Monster Rain? Nobody snitched on me. I told it, now it haunts me. What kind of snacks did Jerry have? I bet he had a good spread.
Oh, he had a lovely spread. Yeah, delicious shit, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, I thought that was Seinfeldy. It was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I watched the
no
extended
Tom Papa.
6-minute version on online.
Was that better?
What's the matter? You weren't really a big fan there,
I'd never really watched the Seinfeld.
of the whole thing?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched the Seinfeld.
What the fuck, Opie?
Wow.
Well, I was doing nights in radio back then, so it was tough to.
That's true.
And you couldn't really DVR things as
not
easily.
then.
You had to fucking get a VHS tape and fucking, I don't know, run it. I think you had to run it all day and hope you got Seinfeld. Remember, you used to run it all day and go, wait, this is a
Yes.
6-hour tape, so hopefully I'll get it.
If it ever comes out on repeats on other stations, I'm going to get you to watch it.
Well, I understand it's out there, but if I didn't catch it for the first run, why would I now jump in?
Well, it's a brand new show now for you.
I've seen a few episodes here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What you would have to do with the VCR, by the way, is set the timer that would always cut off the beginning or end of the program.
Right.
It was very annoying when you'd be watching a show and you see, like, it went over a couple of minutes, and you're like, oh, come on, don't click. Cuts the end of your goddamn show off.
It happened to me with Duke and Syracuse. I taped the whole goddamn game the other day, and then overtime came, and I missed it.
Oh, fuck. Well, sports especially, we all know now you got to, like, record the show coming on afterwards.
Right.
Apparently we don't.
That was a rookie mistake, Colin. I think people know that now.
A rookie mistake.
That's a rookie mistake.
Speaking of rookie mistakes, when somebody explains a lady die, and I'm not in on Friday, I sent her like 5 DMs, and she goes, so are you in? I go, I'm in New Mexico.
Oh, I'll see you then.
Not going to be in Friday? I'm in New Mexico.
I'll see you Friday then, Carl.
Oh, God.
We're very disappointed. We understand, obviously, but you're not going to be here for Super Show 2, which is Friday, which means we're just going to have to do another Super Show sooner than later.
Yeah. When everybody
So that's
can
good
be
news.
here.
Excited.
Yeah.
Can't
I'm
wait.
excited about listening to the Super Show.
Oh, yeah.
It won't be the same without you, Colin.
Or Jimmy's not going to be there.
I know. We kind of want to cancel it, but it's sponsored or something.
Will Daniel Bobo Curlin be here?
Oh, yes.
Great.
Wait, who?
Bobo.
Bobo.
Yeah, that's right. Bobo's here, and I got some new pitches for the road trip. I also noticed that Ohio is where the Football Hall of Fame is. Why don't we have Lady Di dressed in full football gear and see who could run across it? Do they got a football field by the Football Hall of Fame? I think they do. We should try to have everyone that's in the van run across it and try to see if they try to take a hit from Lady Di.
You know, he should be pitch guy for you, Carl.
Yeah.
Any ideas you have
I
that
think
has to be pitched, Bobo should do it.
I think you got to get him in front of Seinfeld, because Seinfeld could get things done.
Yep.
I think he could be the new take Tom Papa's place.
Yes.
I think I could. Also, I have for Branson, Missouri.
Oh.
You notice how Branson, Missouri, you can't buy beers in Branson, but you could bring beer from outside. Why don't we bring a bunch of assorted beers and me be the booze master of Branson?
That's a great idea.
Holy shit. That's a great idea. And by great idea, yeah.
The first one I thought was a little bit, disrespectful to the Lady Di, but this one
that one's a good one, though. Be the booze guy of Branson. Very good, Bobo.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Very good, Bruce. And bear in mind, I respect Lady Di, right?
We'll bear in mind.
I know that.
But I just thought that'd be funny to her. But I also thought
Jukebox Hero.
Let's keep score of how many beers she
That's
drank.
Tommy Shaw, though.
Yeah.
Wait, why is... Hold on a second, guys. Do we have another supergroup on our hands like Asia?
I think we do.
Sorry, Fox News has Tommy Shaw, but then they have a guy that's not the guy from Foreigner singing Jukebox Hero with Tommy Shaw on guitar, so we were just trying to figure it out.
That guy's voice is fucking crazy good.
Yeah, it was great, right? And who are the other guys there?
The other guys?
Yeah.
Wait, because who is that?
All right, we'll figure that out another time. Sorry, go ahead, Bobo. I really apologize that we took up Bobo time.
That's okay. But anyway, I would say we got to keep score of how many Natty Ices Lady Di drinks on the road trip.
Keep score? Now, what good would that do?
Well, let's see how much because you know how Lady Di has a Natty Ice.
Yes, but why would keeping score? Why would keeping score be fun or funny or anything?
I want to see the rate, how much she drinks this stuff. We've all heard about it.
I'd like to see it. Well, I disagree. I'd like to see Lady Di. When we say Lady Di, there's no drinking on the trip. She'll do it anyway. She won't realize it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see a new Lady Di emerge. Yeah, maybe we'll let her smoke pot if we go to Colorado or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, just her in like a peasant blouse, some nice jeans and flip flops, just kind of being Lady Natural Dog.
She's into you, though.
That's right.
She's into you, Carl.
And
yeah.
And then also when we get to LA, we'll do a movie star Matt Hawker heckling fest.
A what?
What?
You know those idiots that sell the movie star maps?
Yeah, well, sure.
Let's heckle them.
You want to heckle? Like, how would you throw out a heckle? Like you would.
Remember, they're Mexican, so you have to heckle in Spanish.
Hey, listen, asshole. Nobody wants your maps to stalk the celebrities. We want to be let the fuck alone.
Yeah.
We want to be left alone. We? Did you say we?
We want to be left.
How about if we just go up and you go up there and just kind of go, hey, I'd like to know, like, where's Hayden Panettiere's home or something, and you play a stalker.
Right.
Exactly. Or I could say, hey, do you know where Charlie Sheen buys his Coke?
That's a little edgy.
Well, that can be a little,
It should be over the top in a different way. But if you say something subtle, I'm saying like, hey, I really like Scarlett Johansson or whatever.
Right.
I don't know where she lives.
Yep, I know. Be Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Do you know which actresses love to, I don't know, go tanning in the nude in the backyard?
Yeah, that's a little telegraphing again.
Yeah, you're going to want to be subtle about it, Bobo.
Yeah.
Colin works so well with idiots.
Yes.
It's just
and then
amazing.
we can have our little commentary about the various stars in the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, well, how would that go?
Yeah, how would that go?
Well, maybe let's say I'm trying to think. Give me a name of a star in the Walk of Fame that maybe we could say something about.
All right, Cary Grant.
Cary Grant. What was she known for? What movie?
What was she known for?
I would Google a picture.
Yeah, she did a lot of movies.
Fucking Bobo.
I may have seen the movies, but sometimes they don't names. But
yeah.
All right, what about Paul Newman?
Yeah, there you go.
Paul Newman.
We could say, man, that's a guy that lives on the fast lane to the edge. I would have loved that road with him on the LIE. That guy would have got me through traffic.
What? Colin loves it.
Where were you saying that?
Yeah, where will you say that?
On Hollywood Boulevard.
I would say that at each when I'm right by the store.
Yeah. He would see a name and then he would just riff. Well, I don't know. Let's go Bruce Lee. Now you're on Bruce Lee's star.
Bruce Lee, yeah, man, that guy would kick some ass. He'd be like, "Oh no, you mess with me. You're trying to break my neighborhood. You try to cause some problems, move down property values. I'll kick your ass."
All right.
I'd go topical with that too. Say, hey, what do you guys put me in a commercial for right now? I've been dead for 25, 30 years.
That's a good one, right?
Keep it relevant.
Bobo. And now you're walking and here's John Wayne's star.
John Wayne.
Yeah, John Wayne, that's a man. That man could like be at the West. He'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna clean up this town. I'm gonna kick your ass. And that guy would proudly serve his country, and he'd kick those bad guys, like that Ahmadinejad guy and stuff. He'd be dead like that. He'd be on the plane, boom, like that.
How can you?
He wouldn't be afraid to smack his wife.
Wait a minute. How can you screw up so many simple things and you pronounce Ahmadinejad?
We all thinking that. How the fuck does that happen?
Shit.
There's half the newscasts in the country stutter.
Yeah.
Spins it out like he speaks like he's a Persian.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but the thing is, what were you trying to say? He said Ahmadinejad accidentally.
Yes. Now, Bubba, what would this do?
He was trying to talk about that slave ship movie years ago.
Retardation is cruel because that was supposed to be used to tie his own shoes, but it comes out another way.
Comes out a whole nother,
right.
Whole nother talent. Skill set.
I really thought of that guy would kick some ass.
All right.
Right.
That guy would kick his ass.
Yeah.
So we have one more celebrity.
Robin Williams does John Wayne in that commercial, in the football commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we go one more celebrity? We're walking. We got, Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe. What do you think, Bobo?
Man, that is some smoking hot beauty. I would love to go into a time machine and bang that. That was like classy and freaking smoking hot.
I'd love you to bang her now.
You would fight off Joe DiMaggio?
Yeah, I would. I'd say, yo, Yankees suck.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what she said right before she got a shiner. I think she said that after an 8-1 loss to Baltimore and fucking took a knuckle sandwich.
Well, this sounds great. It's gearing up to be a heck of a trip.
Yeah, the road trip is all right. Well, we're in the planning stages, but it's going well.
Yep, it's slated for June.
Slated for June? What happened in March or April?
Well, Colin has a lot of schedule, a lot of gigs all over the place.
Oh, he's got to make some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to be flexible here.
He's trying, Carl. Come on.
Yeah, Carl.
You're difficult. You're difficult to work with, Colin.
I appreciate it.
Oh, my God. Bobo was in a tizzy all weekend because apparently he inadvertently blocked me on Twitter and then unblocked me, but then I had to then refollow him. And I hadn't refollowed him in a while, and he was just in a tizzy.
Yeah. Well, what happened was I was trying to buy all the food for the Super Bowl. Me and some friends and some relatives. I'm buying all the stuff for the chili, and then I'm kind of stressed out they don't have this stuff, and the supermarket gets crowded like a motherfucker. And I was in like a stressed out mood that day, and then all of a sudden I'm finally watching the Super Bowl and I'm relaxing, and I'm just trying to tweet a little bit. And to some of my friends on Twitter that are from Seattle, 2 people, don't worry, I'll send you your posters. This New York exclusive. It's a cool poster with every Super Bowl ring.
Hell.
This is just something I'm doing on Twitter. I just want to be nice to some people. But anyway, what happened was...
What is he doing?
I have no idea where that went. Oh, my God, Jimmy.
What? Well, anyway,
Did you blast him?
No, it's the phone call.
I was just trying to send a nice tweet to Anthony. I was saying, hey, I'm having a great time here.
All right.
Wow.
I hope you're having a great time too, Ant.
Yeah.
And then
you blocked Anthony. That's what you did.
You blocked him by accident.
And I clicked on the wrong button when I was trying
you blocked him. So what? Block him. It's fine.
But what posters?
I was trying to send a tweet. No, what it is I found these posters when I was picking up one of my cousins at the airport.
So
they were giving out these cool posters that had an image of every Super Bowl.
Wait, so you're giving out free posters to people in Seattle that follow you?
Yeah, I just wanted to be nice.
All right.
I just wanted to show a nice little appreciation.
Okay.
For following me.
All right.
It's a nice little appreciation, Anthony.
Bribing people.
All right, we've done enough here today.
We
Thank you.
certainly have.
Great. All right.
Yeah, great.
They're going to open give out free cards.
But you have a good day. I'll see you guys Super Show 2, and it's a shame Colin's not going to be around. You'll be dearly missed, Colin.
Well, I appreciate that.
Just the way he says things. It's amazing.
Of course.
All right, Colin. Thank you. Bobo hung up.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Colin quit, everyone.
Carl.
Jeez.
Goodbye.
I love that. I love how he was critiquing Bobo's ideas.
Right.
Telegraphing it again.
All right, we're going to take a break. Pat Cooper next. I was asked to make sure he doesn't trash Howard Stern.
Oh. Why?
And I just want to go on record and say that I said I would try.
Right.
But Pat Cooper's Pat Cooper.
Yeah, he's very outspoken, as they say.
I said I would try to the best of my ability to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right? Pat Cooper.
Here he comes. Right.
What is he doing?
Oh, and his little pal.
Forgot about his little pal.
His handler. Hey, how you doing, Pat's handler?
We still don't know your real name.
Hey, how you doing?
It's Miss Handler.
Oh, Miss Handler.
Fuck yeah.
That. Hey, Pat. Pat Cooper.
Hello, Pat.
Sit down.
Hello, Jim. Welcome. Good to see you, buddy.
Have a seat.
Nice to see you.
My friend.
Nice to see you, Mr. Cooper.
Absolutely.
And fight the boy.
Oh.
A nice bottle of water if you're careful. I'm good, Pat.
Yes.
How are you?
Don't pamper me.
Well,
you're a guest.
Never pampered.
Never
How are you
pampered.
out there in America?
Everyone is great today, I
That
guess.
reminds me of my pecker.
We'll get
Mike's long and black with a silver tip.
His mic's a little limp.
I'm deaf anyway.
Yeah, well.
Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Pat.
Opie.
What's up, Pat Cooper?
How
Nothing
are you?
is up. I just still had nothing to do. It was snowing.
Yep.
Was
Certainly
either that
is.
or taking another hour in bed.
Yeah.
But your show needs help.
Well,
we're doing
Pat
good.
comes in
And
to
what
help
I found
us.
out was very shaking.
What happened?
Uh-oh,
That
what
you
happened?
guys can be heard 24 hours forever. I'd rather
Yes.
fucking kill myself. I
Yes.
think this country has now proven they're in the toilet. You don't deserve that, and he don't deserve
What
that.
the
We
fuck?
figured it would be better if the show
It's
just
not
replays.
better. It's a fucking tremor. You guys starting wars.
It's beautiful.
We need meta music.
Metamucil?
We need better music. Nice
Oh.
stuff. Violins and harps. We don't want to hear this bullshit anymore. It's over.
Plenty of time for harps.
No. Well, you're not going to go there
Well,
anyway.
That's true.
He's got a shop because he has kids. You should start adopting.
Nah, I'm
He
good.
thinks I'm kidding him. He knows why you got kids, because you feel, you want to be loved.
What's wrong with that, Pat Cooper?
Nobody fucking loves you. I live in the same neighborhood. he goes past the sandwich shop. They close the door.
Oh.
How you been?
Good. How was your lasagna? The last time I saw you, you had all sorts of bags and you were making lasagna.
It was so good it was photographed.
Yeah.
I make good food and I give it away because
Does he
I
really
have no
give it
hobby.
away?
I have no hobby.
Yeah.
So I do maybe 22 cutlets. I do lasagna. I make a ton of soup, but I get a Jewish chicken. See, people don't know about
What?
Jewish chickens. I go down to Delancey Street and I get a schmutzke. A big Jewish chicken. It's
got a big beak.
It costs about $3 more, but the fat, when you put it in the water, the fat just comes off the chicken and it's soup.
Ah.
It's
nice.
soup.
Oh.
When you get an Italian chicken, it's for roasting. It doesn't give off nothing.
Ah.
So
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
put oil on there, a little basil, a little oregano. But Jewish soup is the best. I don't care.
And then what do you do with all this food?
Excuse me?
What do you do with all that food?
Well, there are people who play golf.
Uh-huh.
There are people who go swimming.
Right.
I like to go in the kitchen and break balls.
All right.
I got a double freezer because in case we have snow, I'm covered.
So you stock up.
It's called giving of yourself, not listening 24 fucking hours of your life. I wouldn't pay $12 to listen to you for 5 minutes.
But
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $1,000 a week to cut it off. That's what I call friends.
But why are you on the show then?
No, this is not a show.
Oh.
This is aggravation.
You wanted
If
to
you
be
fucking
aggravated.
think this is a show, you guys are jerking off.
Wow, we've been tricked into
No,
thinking
I'll
it's
tell you
a
what's
show
a
for a
show.
long time. Yes.
A show is
Uh-huh.
watching a movie.
Okay.
A show is going to the theater.
Yeah.
This is aggravation.
Just
This is
aggravation.
grumpy. You represent grumpy.
Yes, they do.
Right,
I
right.
don't like it.
Don't ever interrupt me when I didn't
Jimmy.
finish.
You're absolutely right. I was just trying to add an aside, but that was technically an interruption.
Ah, shit. Anyway, what's important
Yes.
is to pick up a paper a couple of days ago, and I read the paper like anybody else. And then I start getting phone calls. What do you think of Howard Stern's birthday? And I says, well, I don't think about it, and who gives a shit? It's none of my business.
All right.
He said, was you invited? I says, no. He would never invite class. He invites horse shit. I said, number one horse shit is Jimmy Kimmel. See, they all hate Leno.
Right.
Because Leno happens to still have the numbers over all of them. So they're jealous of numbers. Always remember that. Kimmel is a coward. I mean, Kathy Griffith, who attacks everybody, her mother and sister and aunts, but ain't got the balls to attack Howard because Howard is the leader of shit. And they analyze shit.
Oh, boy.
Now.
Oh, boy.
Now. He's in there now talking about his birthday. I don't have Cyrus. Not because I don't want it. I don't give a shit. I'm deaf. So I have a reason.
So you can't hear it.
I mean, I can't fucking hear my records. I gave them away. So what I do is I understand who I am. Howard don't know who the fuck he is. Jimmy, don't ever raise that means you're going to go to the bathroom.
Well, I just wanted to say, I heard it was a great, great birthday party, Pat Cooper.
No, you heard wrong.
I heard it was a terrific time.
You know why you heard that?
And I also heard it was a great broadcast.
Listen to me. I hope the president would have went there. It's none of my fucking business. I'm still talking that a man that had that birthday party is still full of shit. And he's not a nice man. He don't know how to be nice. And the people who support him are scared of him. This is how Hitler started.
Oh, wow.
Scaring people out of their fucking the bread beds.
Hitler Stern.
He's got guys now urging him on in the room. This is supposed to be a talented man. They got to be careful what he says because he's associated with NBC, which is called Nice Bin Cock. That's what that
nice
stands
big
for.
cock.
So
Nice
he's
big cock.
turning around, and he wants people to say, I can't say that. No, I can't talk about sex. I can't. So he gave up his base. He gave up his soul, this fucking dog. That's what he did. And I tell you, all those people that would get on a plane, I would rather go to the Bahamas. At least I get a suntan. And now, getting back to you guys. Had I turned around and been in your shoes, I'd have fucking climbed on him. Because he's got no right to tell you guys how the fuck to live in our great country. This is why I turned around. I started to like you to see if you had any balls to go after this guy and tell him to go fuck himself.
I think we've climbed on him.
No, you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up for your dignity. What the fuck else do we have?
Dignity.
Yes. That's right. Now, we get divorced, we fuck broads, we do this, we do that. What do? That's what we do. You can't say, I didn't do that. I did it. When they say to you, here, David Letterman proved the point. We understand that you fucked around behind your wife's back. What did he say? Yes. And they forgot about it. They forgot about it. Nobody said nothing. None of us said, did you eat pussy? Yes. And that was the end of it. And they go, shit, now we can't go after pussy eaters. Why? Because he made it dull.
Yeah.
You see? Now, the curse words don't mean shit anymore. Point. I'm watching your buddy there, Dice Clay. All right, I like Dice Clay personally. He was funny when he did the poetry. I watched him on television a couple of weeks ago. He's terrible. He's the fucking worst comic that ever walked out with a jacket trying to be Italian, and he's Jewish. And I said, I'm talking to the son. I said, son, listen to me. You lost it. But he was wonderful in the Woody Allen movie, so he's got to go to that. Stay away from comedy, because you're a disgraziata. And a disgrazia, ladies and gentlemen, means you're not funny, you're a disgrace to comedy. How fucking dare you go out and say, excuse me, sir, is that your wife? Did you eat a pussy? I said, who gives a shit? First of all, the ugliest thing in the world is a pussy. It looks like a bunch of rolled in rubber bands. That's what you're trying to fuck. So why are we getting nuts and talking about who's getting laid?
Pat Cooper's getting bad pussy.
My friend Anthony here went through a tremor with his marriage.
Yeah.
It's over. Don't hate her no more. Just hope she gets a cramp.
I never even think about her anymore.
Yes,
That's
you do.
it.
You thought about her just now.
That's right.
When you heard the word pussy, your fucking hat went up.
No, well, you reminded me of her.
No, I don't remind you of. You had a wonderful time. Let's talk about the day you said, I love you. Let's talk about the day you said, I'll kill for you.
I was drunk.
All right, I'm drunk now being on this show. This is what cornflakes does to me.
It was great.
No, but when I'm here now,
With Pat, I gotta say,
every paper
or not,
picked up on the Stern party.
Sure.
But this actor that died, we lost somebody that had a fucking feeling, that had a great acting ability.
Yeah.
And to wind up with the drug shit and starting up without drugs is on drugs as far as I'm concerned. So they're worried about Stern, they're giving him paper shit, and about his story. What has he done in this country that we got to stand up and salute him to being a genius? He's an evil son of a bitch and made money on it, and I would love him if he say, I am. Born a fucking prick. But he's got no balls, and now he's got people helping him talk.
Yeah.
He's got people helping him talk. He don't want to lose the NBC shit. So now he became who he was. He's now being bullied by a bigger name called NBC. He's got to do what they say. So he's a fucking coward. How about that, you fucking fans? He's a coward. Are you waving your hands again?
I'm raising my hand because you can't hear.
Who can't?
I was told, can you try and not have Pat Cooper trash Howard Stern?
I shouldn't do it.
I don't care.
Who said that?
Listen to me. I'm not trashing him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you he's full of shit. He told everybody everybody was full of shit.
Right.
He went after people's family. You go after his family, he cried. He's a fucking baby.
Nope.
I'll go after him 24/7, and I don't give a fuck what fans you had. I was his best fucking guest. The only one that didn't take his shit, and he's a spy. You see that guy that's in Russia? He's not a spy. He's an American. This guy, Howard, is a spy. He had people out there finding everybody's personal life. If you talked about his children, he went fucking crazy. Now he don't want nobody to even know he has children. Now he's separating his life. I don't have a family. I'm not Jewish. I'm just me, a blob. And the people are following a fucking blob. And you people in America who like him, that's your privilege. I did his show. I didn't do anything wrong. I was the best fucking guest.
You were a great guest back in the 80s and 90s, and you didn't get an invite?
But I did. I learned a lesson. I quit. And I said, Pat, it's over. Now you got younger guys. It's a new world. Howard wants so fucking bad to be recognized. I don't think he paid for that birthday. I think they chipped in.
What's that?
That's what I think. Am I right?
I think the company paid.
Huh?
But wait, so he retired from Howard's show, and that's why we got him?
No, I will never. This is my last. Opie, this is my last time here.
No.
That's it? You're
You
retired?
said that last time.
No, I didn't say that last time. I knew I had one more coming.
Okay.
Fucking Opie don't get it. Nobody understands. Here's a man on my left. I mean, a wonderful man.
Thanks, Pat.
He still got class. There's no class out there. And again, with Dice Clay, personally, I like him. But Dice, you're a good actor. Get off that comedy. You're a disgraziata.
I disagree, Dice, and I'm not saying that because he's my friend. I love him as a comic. I really do.
Well, because you're lonely.
That's true. I am lonely, but I do love him as a comedian.
Listen to me. I love you. You have a right to love him and like him. But what I saw on that television, I'm not a prude. I've heard all the language. But he has no rhythm. He has no feel for being funny. He ran out there like he wanted to. And I'm saying, wait, you're not getting the laughs you're supposed to. You can't go back to the old shit. Now, the kind of money he made, he should have got a whole brand new act. So go for $1 million fucking dollars. I would bring him another 20. But he's a cheap son of a bitch. He don't want to change. I would turn around. I don't need a writer because I'm a brilliant fucking comic. I got things to say 24/7. I should get a network, not these fucking guys.
Yeah.
These guys should be on slides. And see how many people would turn them on. See, if they came in this building now and looked at you two, they would never believe you're Opie and Anthony.
Why is
They would
that?
believe you're Phil and Toto. That's who they would believe.
Why?
Because you don't look like an Opie and Anthony. Well, he looks a little bit like an Anthony. You have no Opie in you.
Well, of course not. It's a kid's name.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the
Well,
name.
you are a kid.
Well, I try to be.
But your
Pat.
kids are wonderful. That I got to
Thank
tell
you,
you.
Pat Cooper.
You got great sperm.
I make good kids, right?
He does have great sperm.
Might be more my wife than
But
me,
that's the story.
Delicious.
So now, when your 60th birthday, you go on and you put it on television. Was it on television?
I don't know.
On radio? Whatever.
boy. See,
Yeah.
this
Because he
is where we
wants to
gotta
be
step in.
loved.
They want us to step
He's
in.
got to first start with his
Oh, boy.
family
What
to
are we
love him.
gonna do? Yeah.
When you start with your family to love him,
I try to
think his
step in.
family
You can't
still
hear that, Tim.
don't know what the fuck he does. Why are you looking at that for?
Well, they want us to step in every time we talk about Howard, so I'm trying to step in.
Who said that?
All you got to tell them is, if they don't like it, turn it off.
I told them, look, you're your own person, and you're gonna say whatever you want.
Very, you know.
No,
you
it's
can't
not
tell
the
a guest
idea.
what to talk about.
Listen to me.
Right.
I'll say it again. They got a right to like who they want.
Sure.
There you go.
If a guy said to me he likes Hitler, that's none of my fucking business.
All right.
I won't
You're
like
sitting
to hear
2
that.
people away from him.
No, I don't want to hear.
As a Jew, it should be your business.
Opie.
Yes.
Opie.
Yes, Pat.
What's wrong with this country is happening when we lose a man on drugs, 46 years old. That's what's wrong with this country. There's no more character, no more dignity. Howard's trying to prove a point that I was not a nice man. I'll never be a nice fucking man. And the only one telling me is Pat Cooper, because Pat Cooper's got the balls to stand up to me because I'm not big with Pat Cooper. I'm a snail. That's what it is. So if his fan base loves him, God bless you.
Where did it go wrong with you two? Where did it go wrong with you and Howard?
Oh, it's obvious. I found out he's full of shit.
It took you a long time.
And wait a minute. One day I was on his show, and he said, I heard you talked about me. I said, yeah. And he played what I said. He said, did you say that? Well, how would you? Of course I said it. You got it on tape. And who the fuck are you to go around taping people?
I remember that episode.
No, but I'm saying, why are you going around? Look, I mean, that's unfair. Like if I talk to you and you're on the phone, North, and you say to me, yes, and then 2 days later you come in and I don't know, you take my conversation. That's wrong. That's why if the people of the Howard clan don't like me, because you're a bunch of fucking cowards, you believe that nobody's against that man. He's not a fucking man. He's a pussy, and I don't want to insult pussy. I don't want to insult pussy. He's a disgraceful to the fucking, for whatever he's worth. He's
How many
nothing.
texts you
But
getting,
you
Opie?
people don't see nothing.
Phone lighting up.
Oh boy!
And remember this. Remember what I'm telling you.
Yes. Yeah.
Right now, he's got teachers right now teaching him how to operate under the new Howard Stern. The new Howard Stern is rotten because you can't give up who you are. You cannot say, I'm white if you're black, or if you're black if you're white. You're a fucking phony, and you're a disgrace, and all you people who went to his party, that's your privilege.
Vibrating.
But you know what's wrong?
I tried, right?
Do you know what's wrong?
Officially, I tried.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They don't know why they like him.
Oh, is that it?
I don't think they know why they like him. I know why I liked him at first.
Yeah?
Because he wasn't busting my balls. He didn't give me any of that shit. I didn't agree with some of the stuff he said.
Uh-huh.
But this man is 60 years old. I want to know if he wakes up and says, holy shit, my time is starting to pass.
Uh-oh.
And I am 85, brother. And I said, hey, Howard, if God makes me 85, you're lucky you're 60. There must be a saint up there who wants to live to go till you fucking rot. And you will rot. But you see, he don't want to hear it. Because only he said it. Only he could talk about your mothers, your sisters, your uncles, and your aunts. And again, I say, wait a minute.
My father.
Huh?
Oh, right.
My father.
Yeah.
He talked about your father?
Oh, yeah.
Did he?
Why, what's wrong with your father?
Well, he's no longer with us, and he thought that was hilarious. But continue, Pat.
But you see,
But continue.
had you turned around and punched him in the nose, they wouldn't have defended you.
Right.
His fans would have said, how dare you touch Howard? If they can explain to me why is Howard, the people don't know. He's a piece of garbage. He's a walking garbage. He married a lovely girl who unfortunately is a lovely girl. I met her, but she's blind. So what I did, and I swear to God, I donated $110,000 to buy 2 dogs for the blind people. She's going to get one of them. I did. I donated that.
Oh, there goes the phones are ringing. And
When did Howard donate anything to help anybody but himself?
Right.
And here's the irony. You're all on the same floor.
Yes, we are.
I would
It makes
turn
it very
around.
uncomfortable every
day. I would come here 2 o'clock in the morning and lock his doors. I wouldn't let him in the fucking building. And I would say, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to prick in the building here. And to me, you're a prick. Go get the cops. Get me arrested. And I want you to come to the cops and say I'm a prick. He ain't got the balls. Because he's a fucking coward. You see? If he saw a policeman, he's shitting his pants.
You were a big part of that show. You probably should have been invited to the party.
I don't want to... Look. Oh, you reminded me.
He's just jealous. He's just jealous.
Oh, you reminded me. I quote him. I quote him.
Yes, Pat.
I says, Howard, why don't you be roasted by the friars? And he said, well, here's my conditions. I said, yes. I will be roasted by the friars if, yes, all the people that hate me, I'm quoting him, are on the dais. I said, we'll need another building. He said, everybody that hates me, I want to be on it. Never went to a friar's roast until Matt Lauer. That was my worst roast. I did a minute. And people said, what happened to Pat Cooper? The reason I did a minute, I closed it. But Tom Cruise, another ball breaker, he opened the show and did 55 fucking minutes. It was getting dark outside.
What?
And this was a fucking luncheon.
He did 55 minutes?
I swear to God. And it was not
He's not
a roast.
that interesting.
It was a corporate... All the television people were talking about each other. I said to Matt Lauer, I said, Matt, when it gets to me, I'm going to do one thing. Goodbye. Because I showed class. Now, here's where Howard was in. This is what you want to call a prick. Gets up and tries to get on the dais uninvited. And they told him to get the fuck off, and he got the fuck off because they told him he was a piece of shit, not verbally, but telling him to get off. He found out that not everybody loves him. That's when I started to realize, Mr. Prick, I showed up. Now, we did another roast. This guy, this director, the guy, the bastard. He wrote the bastard shows.
Inglourious Bastard, Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino.
Right. Quentin Towers. All right, I closed that show.
Quentin Towers, yes.
Right. Howard is in the audience with Robin. I don't know this, and I don't give a shit. I'm hilarious. Howard turns around and tells people I was terrible. Robin Quivens, who I give credits, says, Howard, you're wrong. The man was great. And then he said, well, yeah, you're right. Because you don't want anybody to be right who stands up to him. He's a fucking warden. He's a fucking prison. And he's a prisoner. He's everything that's crime. He's a criminal, what he did to people. And all you fans out there, understand, I got a right to knock who I want to. And if you don't like it, you're not decent people. You're fucking lowlifes.
I don't think
you
it's the
can
fans.
love him and not love him. I don't give a shit. But don't put me down. Fuck all of you.
No, never.
Yeah.
Wow, Pat.
Well, at least you worked it out with Wayne Newton. You and Wayne are good.
Wayne Newton was a nice man.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
What?
Wayne Newton was a nice man.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You worked it out with Wayne. I think they had a problem for a while.
Wayne Newton was a giver.
Right.
I bet.
Wayne Newton had a tremendous ego, but don't punish him for that. On the stage, he delivered it. He outdrew Sinatra because he worked that town 45 weeks a year. Liberace outdrew Sinatra, who was there for... So, with all due respect to Sinatra, and I love Sinatra and I love his singing, Wayne Newton and Liberace outdrew him. The difference was Wayne Newton didn't bring in gamblers, nor did Liberace.
But Frank brought in the heavy
Frank
hitters.
worked at 3 months a year.
Yeah.
He brought in millions and millions of dollars.
Sure.
Wayne Newton would do 45 weeks a year. He brought in $35. But that's all right. That's all right. But that's all right. But Wayne was an entertainer. See? And now the kids today, I mean, what's his name? Bieber, Booba, Bubba? This fucking kid,
The Beast.
I think what happened when he was born, they threw away the body and they kept the sperm. This fucking kid is nuts. And I know he deserves a spanking, a smack in the fucking mouth, and to walk the straight line and go to Canada and move to where it's cold.
Oh, just stay up there in his native Canada.
Why is he breaking up? You know why? Because Canada don't take that shit like we do.
No?
We take shit. Remember, remember, Sharon Stone was hot as a pistol? And Letterman put her on, and he told Howard he wants Howard. And Howard says, I go on first or I don't go. And I looked at Howard, I said, what's the fucking difference? He says, I go on first. And he told Letterman, and Letterman made him go on first. And when I did Letterman, I says, why do you allow anybody to tell you how to run your fucking show? That was the end of me and Letterman.
Wow.
We're not on Letterman either.
Huh?
We're not on Letterman anymore either, because a call was made by Howard. That's a true story, too.
He made a lot of calls about hurting.
He made a call behind the scenes.
What about our friend there, the joke man, Matley?
Jackie.
Why didn't he invite him? Jackie's a good soul.
He didn't get invited to the birthday party? I find it hard to believe.
Didn't invite him. What are you looking at him for? The man's taking a fucking nap, and you're looking at him?
No, only because he just starts talking with no microphone. All of a sudden, I hear a sound in the back.
Get over here, you.
Because you're a genius, you can handle it.
Oh, thank you, Patrick.
But you know what I'm saying?
When you talk to Jackie and he wasn't invited, that's kind of
Let
crazy.
me ask you a question. How come you got fans here? All right. How come the fans, when they knocked your father, didn't defend you?
They did.
They probably did, right?
They did?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Why don't they do it now? Hold on a minute. Why don't they call back now and say, Pat's right?
They were
Pat's
great.
right.
Well, we got.
You know why? Because you know why? They're off the wall. They're semi-retards who love this man because they don't know what they love. Listen, I told my daughter, my own daughter, you don't know your father. Cut the shit. You don't know who I am. Cut the shit. Just because you're my daughter don't make you fucking right. And she was going to come here with my son-in-law and 2 producers to do my documentary. And I told my daughter, you're going to spend $100,000 for what? You come to New York with these 2 guys, I'll fucking lock your ass up. That's quote by me. How can you say I'll put you in fucking jail?
Jeez. Wow.
Now, wait a minute. Now,
I guess.
wait a minute. When she was 16, she wanted to leave the house and go with her girlfriend, who was a piece of shit girlfriend. But my daughter didn't see this.
Right.
So I said to my daughter, you're 16. You walk out of this house, I will have your fucking ass in jail because I'm responsible for your upbringing until you're 18.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't know what to say. And I reminded her the other day, your member's going to shove you in jail in Vegas, so shut up.
Wow.
I said, I'm responsible.
Yeah.
Now it's your right. You got your own responsibility. I give you money and you want to spend it on me? I could have got a documentary for nothing, you sick bastards. How dare you spend $100,000 that I give you? Why don't you buy your daughter a Cadillac? I would respect you more.
Pat, is there anybody you haven't burnt a bridge with? Anyone in the business that you haven't completely nuclear blown up a bridge?
Us.
You guys.
Us.
Oh, us. We're the last. Are we the last people that will professionally speak to you, Pat?
Let me put it to you this way.
Joe Piscopo wanted him
Let me
on,
put
but he
it
wanted
this
to do
way.
you.
Yes, Pat.
I am very observant, not a genius. There's a man called Mario Cuomo who was our governor.
Mario.
All right. Let me bring out something that this fucking country don't pay attention to. He was the #1 to run for president. When they figured this guy was going to run, they picked on his dead father and said his dead father was a mafioso. Wait a minute. What did Mr. Cuomo do? He says, you don't fuck with my dignity. Fuck the presidency, and he walked away. That's a fucking man. You fucking with my father? He's dead? He's a mafioso? Ladies and gentlemen, would Howard Stern do that? Howard Stern would stand up for his fucking family.
Just when I thought
He's
we were
fucking
out,
shit.
he pulls us back in.
We tried.
Yes.
I think the people.
I know you
I think
are.
the people have noticed we've tried.
I'm right
though,
with you.
Anthony.
I'm trying
We've
to
tried.
calm you.
Pat,
I'm caressing
So you're
Pat's.
not sure if you like me yet.
Oh, I love you.
Don't love.
I love you.
My phone's vibrating.
So understand?
I think I could
what
calm it's
happened to
vibrating so much.
dignity in our country?
Yeah, no one cares about that.
If Howard would have turned around and said, I'm Howard Stern, I'm the shock crop, crappie shock, whatever the fuck he is, and stand by it, they would have gave him the country. Now he's telling you, you see, Kim Kardashian would put cement on. His body, Howard's body can't handle cement. It can handle horse shit. If he put horse shit on his face, all over his body, he would smell and he would say, that's perfume.
He should have invited Jackie the Joke Man, though. My God.
What? Why? How come? I love
My
Howard.
God.
Listen, I love Jack Joke Man. He's a giver. He's got a good heart. But Howard is a terrible. What about all the other people that walked away from him? But yeah, he's got the stuff. Oh, one of his quotes was, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Aniston and her boyfriend are really in love. He never heard the word love. The fuck is he like? I would have yelled to Howard, what does love mean? What does love mean, you sick fuck? What does love mean? He wouldn't go, because you have no love. You're a fucking walking limp. And I want to tell you something. He's going to prove me right.
I know.
Will you stop laughing? I'm on a roll. You're the only guy in this class.
I'm right here with you, Pat.
You're smart. You play with that shit.
This is laughter of joy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
I love listening to Pat Cooper.
No, that's all right. You know why? I'm the last of me.
Yeah.
This is your last appearance on our show?
No, he said he's the last of him.
No, but he also said this is it.
No,
Why is
here's
this
what-
it?
Well, probably because Tim won't let him back on.
Oh, they tend to do that to
They
people.
won't let
Here's
him
what
on
you
Martin.
said. Listen.
Yes,
Just know
Pat.
that it wasn't us.
Listen.
Yes, Pat.
Yes,
Howard's fan base
Howard again.
don't want to know anything
Yeah.
against this man. They really, first of all, don't know him. They really don't weren't on the air like I was with him 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't double cross him. I just told him, you got to tape. Who the fuck you to taping people? And who's these 18-year-old
Do you
kids
remember what
walking the
was saying?
street?
Do you remember what you were saying that got him upset?
No, yeah, I must have called him a prick. I don't know. But I didn't call him behind his back. I said, Howard, I said, you're wrong. He went after, what's his name, the guy that used to talk worse than me, yelling and screaming, who died in a car.
Sam Kinison. They were friends.
All right, Sammy, nice man.
Yeah.
All right. When Sam stood up to him, Howard said, take a fucking walk. You're finished with me. Sam begged to get back. I went no beg. I said, fuck you. Who you talking to, you piece of shit? Who the fuck you to tell me I'm not on your show? I'll come after you. I'll butt your balls. Because he would say that to people, but a coward. He's a fucking born bully. And you people who love him love bullies. And let me tell you why we never had gay people 100 years ago. We had no closets. We were hanging hanging our clothes on the doorknob. That's why these people couldn't come up no fucking where. That to me is important. And why am I a natural funny man? Because I'm scared shit.
Is that it?
You know, you guys play me after I finish this? Don't play me no more. Tell your fucking audience you want greatness, I'll bring him back. If you want to waste our fucking time, go to Howard, because he's another, and play with his balls with his birthday. I hope the cake had horse shit in it. That's what I hope.
The cake has
That's what I hope, Jimmy Kimmel. Now they're all up. Let's go against Leno. I mean, who figured Leno would last 22 fucking years?
22.
You gotta give him that credit.
Wow.
All right? You gotta give him credit.
Ratings right to the end,
and
too,
I
Pat.
guarantee you, if they would have let him alone, he'd have done 30 years.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh, easily. He's not done.
He's an honest stand-up comic. He never said I'm an actor. He never said this. He was a stand-up comic, and he lasted 22 years, and they throw him up. He's got the highest rating, and they throw him to the fucking wolves.
That's the business.
Now we know that. Watch Leno, and Leno's in his 60s. Where the fuck's he going? I mean, how many times can you wash your cars? You know, he's got about 3. And when he dies, you know, that's his problem. He's going to get sick finding out when they tell him, you know, you can't keep your cars. You're going to die. You can't take a car.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend of mine, my oath to God, the wife hated the daughter-in-law, the wife. She buried the son in the fucking Mercedes.
Wow.
And the wife says, where's the Mercedes in the will? She goes, you dig him up. She buried her son in the fucking thing like this, behind the wheel and into the fucking dirt.
That's
and the guy's
creepy.
still there. That's
so
a mother.
creepy.
That's a mother.
That is a mother.
You're goddamn right.
Well, Leno's not going to retire. He'll go somewhere else, Pat.
Huh?
Leno's not going to retire. He'll go somewhere
maybe
else.
CNN.
He's been offered anything he wants.
Right.
But people are very, very into what they like for 22 years. You take him out of that desk. It may not look like the same desk, the same drapes. People say, well, it doesn't look, they'll find wrong with it. I don't think people give a shit. We got too many talk people. You got Wendy Williams. Then you got this other girl from Florida, from California, Queen
Latifah.
What's it, Queen Maffa?
Queen Maffa.
Queen
Yes.
Maffa.
Queen Maffa.
You got her. You got, who's the other one? You got another one. You got somebody on Shackle. There's a new thing called Shackle.
You got Bethany. Bethany's doing it.
No, what about the girls that's going to do that's going to do the Academy Awards?
Ellen
DeGeneres.
Oh, of course, Ellen does well.
She's got great things. She's a giving woman.
She's
I mean,
funny.
Oprah was generous, and she gave up her big party.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
Because she didn't want to fight with Stern. Had she would have went and had the party,
Oh, boy.
she should have went the same
Here
time.
goes the phone again.
She should have had it right opposite him. Where's the Hammerstein? Where's the Hammerstein building?
West Side.
It's close.
Like 34th Street on the west side.
Yeah.
34th Street.
Near Penn Station.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what, see?
Near Penn Station.
And let me tell wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how strong Howard was. They had to stop the trains until the party was over. No trains could go underneath. That's big stuff.
Come on.
Of course, I'm kidding you, sick bastard.
Gotcha.
You're the only one
You
that
got
goes
you
on
on
that
that one. Yeah, a little slow today, huh? A little slow.
I don't understand how you don't bump into each other.
Well, there's...
We have occasionally in the hallway.
Huh?
We have occasionally. We say hello.
Not really.
I've never even
Yeah, I
seen
have
him in the
twice.
building.
Yeah,
You say hello and he talks about his father. I'll tell him to go
No,
fuck
no
yourself.
one...
Well, not in the same moment. I mean, you know.
no one is...
You can't be who you are
No?
to him. You got to be who he
Oh,
wants
boy.
you to be.
I think they turned off the electricity.
Huh?
You see that? The lights are going off.
They probably would. He's got that kind of. I'm
He
telling
does.
you,
He's got the power.
he has the power still.
Yeah.
Around here, they love him. They absolutely adore him.
Oh,
around
yeah.
here.
You know.
It's all about Howard.
no.
We learned that a long
They
time
don't
ago.
like
But
when
it's the
people
money.
bash him.
No, and they certainly don't like when people bash him.
Anthony,
Yes,
they
Pat.
love him.
A la text
it's
message.
the money.
I tried.
Yeah.
I did.
It's the fucking.
You heard in my voice, right,
Snapples
people?
loves him.
Yeah,
If people,
sure.
or
Yeah.
whatever advertisers are paying, I can understand you love him. You're in a business. If I was advertising the furniture business and he was a fucking piece of shit and he's selling my furniture, it's business.
Right.
So I'm not mad at the people who sponsor him, but if they all walked away, if the dollar stopped, you'll see how fucking fast. The dollar, they say, who?
Uh-huh.
But that's all right. He can't take it with him, but he can take his hate with him.
Oh.
Because he has motherfucker hate.
Mother hate.
The best.
That's deep shit right there.
The best.
Yeah, huh?
That's right. He hates the best because he wants to get paid for hating. We have dictators we blow out of the fucking water. You hear? Nobody's blowing this guy out of the water yet. Just to teach him a lesson. You can't badmouth people unless you're ready to be badmouthed. And he don't want to be. I wrote a sign out here about a year or so ago that he was full of shit. He had the thing erased to paint over. That's right. I would have put it on his balls. Because when you hate, I'm going to talk about hate. I don't hate him, but I want to get him where I want to get him to let him know you're a disgrace.
I took pictures of it, though.
They painted over that? Maybe they were just painting the wall.
No, I took pictures.
Maybe they were just painting the wall.
Steve Malzberg on his last day said,
go?
We're going to paint the Howard Salt, and he's painting the walls.
Hey, Pat, what are you working on? What is he working on?
No. Please, answer me, because he don't know what I'm working on.
What are you working on, Pat Cooper?
Nothing.
I thought he's working on something.
Not allowed to say anything.
Okay, you're not allowed to say nothing.
No.
You're not retired. Stop with this retiring crap.
Here's what he wants to do.
What?
He wants me to roast the fucking world. I got no time. I got no memory to roast the fucking world. I want to roast one thing. I want to roast the Friars because I think that would be hilarious to let the Friars know what I think of them in humor. See?
That's a great idea. Pat Cooper roasts the world, and you have the memory. You talk about a few pop culture figures. You do it as a 1 hour either show.
My fucking writer.
No, let Pat go. Good. You do a 1 hour. It's either a show or a podcast or a half hour, and you edit it down so you can kind of free form and go wherever you want. Let your brilliant mind go where it wants.
I would want to. See, but what I would do was mention the names of the Friars that I know are not on the money with humor to get my point across. I would do it, but where am I going to do it? You know what would happen if I told the Friars I want to roast the Friars? They would tell me, do it here. Because you know why? They need the fucking money. And they got a problem with the train going underneath the building. They got the fucking second avenue subway, which got sirens that'll blow your balls
More
out of the
concerned about the train than Woody Allen's daughter.
All right,
that dumb toy train she can't look at anymore.
I like that. Jesus. She didn't even let it sit there for a second.
I know.
Let it sit. It might work.
Well, you know something?
Yes, Pat Cooper.
Listen.
What do you think of Woody Allen?
We got a nice email from
Woody Allen.
You got a nice email from Woody Allen.
Pat sent him a book, and Woody told him that he was one of the most hilarious comedians he ever
wow. So you're looking the other way.
Listen, Woody Allen, I'm not his lawyer. I got a family of 50 years old, 50 years, still calling me a piece of shit.
Right.
So they're still calling him a piece of shit, and it's not going to stop. So you're insulting the guy, whether he did it or not, it's 30 years too fucking late. The train left the station.
Wow,
I'm not here to defend this man.
Train did
I'm
leave
not
the
here to
station.
defend this man. But that kid to come out and even bring this up, has she brought it up when he was 7 years old, that's okay. But not when she's in her 20s.
Now you think
but you know what, though?
Where can you bring it up when you're 7?
Yeah, when something like that happens, it's weird. You go your whole life trying to forget it or to move on, and then you're constantly reminded
I
because
got my
of
family
Hollywood.
hasn't forgot. It's 50 fucking years. I got a divorce, and I did, listen, I obeyed the court's ruling. Whatever I paid, I paid.
That's from the school of walk it off.
But my mistake was I became popular, and they got pissed
old
off.
School.
There's your answer.
I think it's different. Like a family
You're from
being
old school.
Yeah, Pat's an
You're
old school
old
guy.
Old school.
You're old school. You're like, walk it off. What's the matter with you?
I know.
Get over it. Yeah.
When I'm sleeping, I don't dream. I yell.
You yell in your sleep.
They're fucking right. And here's how I sleep. I go, and furthermore, and then I start to dream.
One of his kids tries to come on here, and I just said, "Go away, man."
No, you should have come on.
It's the son that wrote the book.
I don't know.
The kid doesn't understand.
I think he finally
gave up. He was brainwashed at 4 years old. I'm a prick.
Oh, shit.
No, my big mistake. I got successful, and they couldn't handle it, and they didn't know what the fuck to do, so they hate. I got grandkids I'll never see. They're hurting the kids. They're hurting the kids.
Would you like, if you could make up now and let bygones be bygones, would you?
I'd throw a fucking hand grenade in there. My fucking hate is permanent. But I don't want to hate. I just wish them well. I mean, I got a daughter. Wasn't even 1 year old. I didn't only saw her when she wanted me to pay for her college, and I said fine. Then she comes into the lawyer's office, walks past me, says to the lawyer, "Is he paying my college?" Lawyer said yes. She walked out, never said hello. I said to the lawyer,
what were these
"Fuck
kids?
her."
What were these kids told about you?
Yeah.
Huh?
What were they
What
told?
were they told?
What were they told about you?
Well,
I'm
divorces
a
could
piece
be
of
nasty.
shit. I deserted. I lived across the street when I walked away. I deserted. They took me to court every 5 minutes. Now I'm on Gleason. They take me to court that Tuesday, and I showed up. Now let me show you the mentality of people. I'm over there, and there's a woman going, "You son of a bitch! You piece of shit! Think you're playing with my granddaughter? I'll fucking hang you, you piece of shit!" And she says, "Pat Cooper, oh my God, I love you. Come over here." And he's hugging me. She's calling this guy a piece of shit, or the daughter, whatever. And she's calling me a wonderful guy. And I'm saying, honey, they hate me. The same as you hate her or him. Oh, fuck him, but you're a good guy. I said, I didn't understand that. But that's people. She liked me, not saying whether I was right or wrong. Fuck you, he's a prick, but you're a better guy. I paid 21 years each. I made money. I made fucking money and made money. And every time they try to get it, I said to the judge, "Here's my taxes. What is it? 390,000. All right, what's the next tax? 487,000. What is she getting? $130 a week." So I said, "Your Honor, that I think," he says, "that's the law." And I looked at her saying, "Stupid, fuck this court. Let me do what I want to do. I want the docket number." Now, the docket number means when you send, the docket number hits, and then they send it to her. Then one day, I missed, for some reason, the mail. No. She got it the next day. But meanwhile, they had a warrant for my arrest. Where do you think they sent my warrant? To a girl called Pat Cooper, who was in a play called Boys from Syracuse. I should never see my grandkids. It's all documented. A girl called Pat Cooper. She got my summons in her box, and she calls my lawyer. She says, "I didn't do. Who's Pat Cooper?" He said, "Well, she's coming. Well, I got the thing that he's got to show up in court for lack of payment." And my lawyer comes and says, "Did you know?" I said, "Are you fucking nuts?" So that Thursday, she already got it. She never called us, and I got it. So I went to court with the girl.
Oh, you went with Pat Cooper?
Well, no, yes. And they said, "Where's Pat Cooper?" And the two of us stood up. And the fucking judge says, "Is this some kind of a charade?" I didn't know what a charade meant at that time. And my lawyer said, "That means, with a bullshit." Okay. And she goes, "Your Honor, I got it in the box where I work. I'm on Boys from Syracuse." "What? Is this a joke?" The fucking judge. "Is this a fucking joke?" And this woman yells out, one of the sisters, "What, is he paying you?" What?
Oh, wow.
Shit. All right?
Oh, boy.
You talk about sister-in-laws that were tough. And they ruined it on this girl because she was a good girl, but she was the baby, and she blew everything. All right? So there's your fucking... And meanwhile, I'm wrong that I got to the point say, "Fuck all he is." Yeah, see? When you say, I love when they go, "Pat, I heard about your wife, and I heard..." I don't get that. Some guy's daughter dies, "I heard about your wife." Somebody's father, "I heard about your father." None of them ever called me when my wife called. So I'm walking them down the street. They go, "Pat," I go, "Fuck you. Fuck you, you motherfucker." "What? Oh, when your son died, didn't I call you? I give you my condol. My wife died." "Oh," he said, "I was on the road." "You're on the fucking road?" "My wife died and you're on the fucking road?" Those are your that's Howard Stern fans would tell you that.
Back.
Oh.
All right,
Wow,
you finished?
Pat.
Is that it?
Well, we got to take a break. I don't know.
Take a break.
You tell
when
us
I'm on,
when
there
you're
shouldn't be.
finished.
I am the break.
Yes, you are.
Do you have any gigs coming up, Pat? Are you doing any gigs at all? You did quit, okay.
I quit.
I don't lie to you.
I know.
No, I don't lie to you. I don't feel anymore because it's enough. I'm 85. Your body doesn't do what you wanted.
Amazing.
My mind ain't what it used to be.
Really?
I can sit here for hours and be funny, but I don't know, get on the stage and I got to go, I hope I can remember this thing. Well, I made a few dollars. It's over. It's fucking over, and it's tough to be over.
Then how about a good stage show would be Pat Cooper and
the world,
and
somebody
Pat Cooper.
and somebody else in chairs talking.
Yeah.
And you could call it a discussion with Pat Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys go back and forth and kind of get you on subjects to talk about because it's still entertaining to hear you discuss something. So the audience would be there knowing it's not a stand-up act, it's a discussion.
No, I would do that, my buddy. I would do that tomorrow. But what I don't want to do is some routines and shit.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No, but I never did the same show twice. I've told the same stories. Of course I did. But I've always injected something different because I was tired of saying the same. If I sat on a chair and had an audience in front of me, and I told me, say the truth, subject to subject, I think I could probably flow because I got a funny flow. I think I could handle it. I want to do it for the Friars because I have a little hard-on for them, and the minute they know I had a hard-on for them, they took my picture off the wall. How do you call about that shit? Yeah? How do you call about that shit?
Pat Cooper's
they took my picture off the fucking wall. So here's what Steve said.
Just rains all around him every day.
Here's what Steve said.
What, Steve?
It said, if you're on Broadway or off Broadway, as you walk out, you have a picture behind you, and they take the picture off and walk off. Because they proved to me that they don't respect dignity.
Right.
And I'm going to get them comedically. I'm not angry at them. I hope the fucking train breaks down under the building, and I hope the fucking elevator breaks down, that they over there because they're not. And guess what? Larry King is now the dean.
Yes, he is.
What?
Yes.
Yes, he's the dean of the Friar.
This old fuck who has no fucking talent, who's a pest. He's one of the United States pests. How the fuck he lasted on CNN? Let me tell you something. Many years ago, I went to Washington when he had a show, 12 to 6. I was on 6 fucking hours. Me. He said, I never saw a guy could do 6 fucking hours. He said, I'll never forget you. I'm about maybe 6-8 months. I'm walking down the street. Hey, how are you? Now they make him the fucking dean who don't make shit to the Friars, but the Friars will make anybody a fucking dean. I mean, Jerry Lewis, I understand. Jerry's a great, great genius talent. But what the fuck did he do to the Friars? I tell you, hey, listen to me, my buddy. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Steve, you're married 8 years. You're dead. Everything about you is fucking dead. Put the suspenders on your balls. That's where you gotta put them. How fucking dare you, and how fucking dare them name him as a dean?
Right.
Freddie Roman was a great dean. Freddie, I hope you're well, and that's why you're not the dean anymore. Now they need a Martin, so they have a Dean Martin.
All right, yeah, there you
That
go.
would work.
Dean Martin.
I ain't coming in no more because you're getting on my fucking nerves.
I hear you.
Is this his last appearance,
Pat
Steve?
Cooper.
Not as long as you want him.
Oh, no, Pat comes back.
He'll come anytime you want.
Yeah. All right, good.
Listen to me. Don't say that.
You can't put your...
Don't say that.
That's why he doesn't perform anymore.
Don't say that.
There you go.
Don't
Put your
give
hat
me
on.
carte blanche. I don't want carte blanche.
You don't have that.
I want you to. I
think
you
this
to
might
call
be your
me
last appearance.
because you want
The phone
me.
blew up.
Right, because we want you.
Of course we want you.
But I don't want to force my greatness on you because I say things for a fucking hour.
Right.
How many of your guests can hold you for a fucking hour?
That's true.
And your fucking friends and you Stern fans, you're a disgrace because you're
there goes the
cowards.
phone
You
again.
don't want to hear 2 sides of a story. Well, know what that makes you? Animals.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Well,
Animals.
How's your phone? My phone is...
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna miss you
It's
so
not
bad.
good right now.
Maybe Tim will bring him on.
Lit
now
up.
he talks about it.
Yeah, all
But you
right.
got a good idea.
Pat Cooper. Oh, my God.
Let the record
I'm
show
exhausted.
that Bob Levy's been on hold the whole time.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Oh, man, going to that. Yeah, have both of them. Sure.
Bob, I don't know if we can handle this today, Bob.
No, listen, I just want to say
phone call.
about
Are we
Pat.
finished?
He is
No,
one
phone
of
call.
the last great American heroes, okay?
Wow.
There ain't men like
What
him
time you
around
guys quit?
anymore.
We quit
You should have
years
quit
ago.
a year ago.
I beat you to the joke. I beat you to the joke. Thanks, Bob.
Let me tell you something, Pat. I met you in there
Hello?
when they sent me in there to do a roast of
Wait a
me.
minute.
Remember that stupid fucking bit they did? And you told me, don't ever take
Bob
a
Levy.
piece of paper.
I can't hear. Wait a minute.
Oh, you
Bob,
turn that
it's
up?
Bob Levy. Bob Levy. He's a comedian. He's just saying that you're the last of the greats. He's praising
Levy,
you.
Mazel tov. That's Italian. God bless you, Levy. I got somebody, and I got my friend over here. I got my friend. I confuse you with North. You are North.
Oliver North and Jim Norton. It's fine.
North. N-O-T-H. That's the actor. Great actor.
Oh, Chris North.
Oh, yeah.
No, that fucking.
That is so
Hey,
funny.
Levine, I love you.
There
God
goes the
bless you.
phone
Thank
again.
you. I got a winner. I got somebody that cares.
He's trying to tell you something. Go ahead, Bob.
Let me tell you something. You were so right about Howard. I quit his show to go on Opie and Anthony because it was the same bullshit over and over. And he turned into fucking a cat woman all of a sudden. Now he's got 100 cats all of a sudden, like a cunt he is. And fucking him and Jared had me banned from the building saying I attacked security, these lying fucks, so I could not go on O&A and get in the building. That's what kind of piece of shit they are.
Oh, my God. Are we going to have a talking, too?
Thank you for having the balls to say it.
That's how the Nazis started.
Oh,
that's how the fucking Nazis started.
That's it.
That's how they fucking started. This piece of shit.
Maybe we can rappel down the building.
Maybe we should be able to. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Parachute.
You notice that
ass motherfuckers.
All right, Bob. Thank you. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Bob. Bob Levy.
Thank you, Bob. Hitler.
I got a fan.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out how that ends.
Yeah,
when you
Pat
call
Cooper.
Bob Levy a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I got a fan.
Yeah, for 10
Send
minutes.
me a picture.
All I want to say is we tried, but Pat Cooper's going to be Pat Cooper.
Very,
boy, was that entertaining.
Yeah.
The ramblings of a madman, right?
Perspiring.
That's it, right, Pat. I'm going to go give Pat Cooper a hug.
Are you finished, you guys?
Yeah, we're
be back now. I got to take a piss.
No, but you're at 24 hours. Once you go home, they won't know the difference.
I like the way you think.
The great Pat Cooper. Thank you. All right.
In this fucking country.
How of speak?
Don't let nobody bullshit you that I can't talk about fucking Howard. I'll stand by you till I fucking die, because now this fucking Howard is a bully to have people call up this studio while I'm on and not to talk to this cocksucker. He's a cocksucker to have you even claim that I can't talk in America, you fucking whore, you piece of shit, you disgraziata fucking lowlife. And you who's running the show, I'm coming after you, you fuck. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, interrupting my stardom, you cocksucker. I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
You hurt my friends Opie and Anthony. This is fucking war.
Oh, shit.
I'll sit on your fucking lawn. You tell that prick that you work for he's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Gee, thanks for telling him, Steve. I guess Steve told him. Uh-oh, he's coming back.
Oh, no. No, he's not.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I am so fucking mad.
Yeah.
This is how people attack the fucking enemy. You're worse than a terrorist, Howard.
A terrorist.
You are a fucking terrorist.
Wow.
You're a disgrace. I'm going to call up Netanyahu from Israel and say, here's a fucking terrorist. Piece of shit, talking, threatening my friends.
Disgracia.
Yeah, why don't you put a gun to my head and threaten me? I'll die before I hang up that motherfucker.
Oh.
Howard, you're a piece of shit.
And there,
I got him. Go.
there goes Pat.
Thanks for having us over.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Nazis.
Thanks, Steve. I'm so
Nazis.
really appreciate you told him that.
Holy.
We're kind of keeping it vague, but
Holy shit.
well, is that it?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. I am so turning my phone off today.
Wow.
Where were you?
Well, I was saying Valentine. Why not be back?
I guess we got some splaining to do.
What?
Look, man. We were asked to, control Pat and make sure he doesn't trash Howard Stern.
Which, by the way, is literally impossible.
No offense to the person who wrote this, although most know who wrote it. I said, look, Pat Cooper's going to be Pat Cooper.
He's his own guy.
And at that point, what do? You cancel his appearance? Fuck no.
He's his own guy.
Because in the end, that was great radio. That's all I give a fuck about on a daily basis. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I understand the thinking behind, hey, we're trying to move things forward. But the reality is, like, I'm not going to ever ask a guest. I mean, I'll ask him not to make a fucking gun threat against a political figure. Right. But as far as that's concerned, I'm not going to ask a guest to not say anything, because other shows aren't asked to ask guests to treat us better.
Oh, God, no.
Has any show ever said, hey, look, let's bury the hatchet with Opie and Anthony? Like,
no. It's been a one-way street for years. So
that's just my issue.
Because did I get crazy glue on the tip of your pen?
What?
Oh, is that what it is? You creep. Goodbye.
You're crazy gluing your teeth.
I was trying to write with it. It was nothing.
Sorry, Jimmy.
There's a lot of cum in it, too, so I guess you're digging that in your teeth. Crazy glue and jizz.
Look, here are the facts. Howard Stern, there was a birthday party. The company put a lot of time, effort, and money behind it, okay?
Yeah.
We were told that we will not be attending and we will not be getting the invite. So that's kind of insulting right there. If we did get the invite, I absolutely would not have gone.
We would
to be honest with you, because we're just not on the same fucking page, obviously.
We've gone to all the other serious events.
Right.
So, you know.
And you know, as an event, it was it was a huge success for the company. Who's that? The dentist?
Who the fuck is that? He's fucking busy. Stop fucking calling. Yeah. Hi. What? He can't. He's busy shitting in someone's mouth. Can he call you back? He's trying to shit in my mouth. Can he get back to you?
I'm on the air, so that's
exactly.
Yeah,
it's the shit in the mouth show.
I have. What time is my appointment? 3?
Exactly.
Okay.
Nice job on those fucking X-rays. Teeth are falling out like he has fucking cancer of the gums.
Yeah, tell her that the teeth been falling out.
My temporaries have been cracking.
They're terrible.
Falling out of your
glue on in with
mouth.
crazy glue.
Yeah, what are they, fucking chiclets with duct tape on them? Terrible job.
Okay.
Boo.
They don't suggest crazy gluing your teeth back into your mouth?
No. All right.
Boy, where do I go
dear.
to get mine done?
Bye. I just had to confirm my.
They didn't hear
it doesn't work because she's a fan
appointment.
of the show.
She
We learned
knows,
that last time.
Yeah, they know, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, so you know, as far as a broadcast and event, I heard it was a huge success. I absolutely did not.
Your son's a big success.
I absolutely did not listen to a minute of it. I had no fucking desire. That's a fact too. Okay, and Pat Cooper, you know, hates Howard just as much as I do, which is fucking terrific. And of course he's going to come in here and fucking rant.
A lot of venom.
Right.
That has a lot of venom.
So.
But the company.
Those are the facts. What are you going to do?
If it's a big company event, the company could have said, "Look, let's bury the hatchet between the shows. Would you guys be on your best behavior?" Like, that's it. They didn't even ask. It wasn't even considered.
Obviously not bringing anyone up on stage.
Oh,
you know, that's crazy.
Right.
And again, I absolutely I wouldn't have gone. But the fact that we weren't even allowed to.
Oh no, it was told to us that we make sure we stay away.
But you know, whatever. That's what it's been. That's what it's been for years and years. I mean, I'm used to the segregation that goes on here between shows, and I'm fine with it. I don't care. But they get a little nervous when someone like Pat Cooper comes in, who had a relationship with that show years ago, was a huge part of it, and now speaks his mind.
Right. Which goes back to my first point. It was great radio. And that's all we care about in the end. It was amazing. Who's not listening to that shit?
Is there anyone that motherfucker is still on any good terms with?
Believe me, we'll be next.
And those sons of bitches, Opie Anthony, and that Jimmy.
That Chris Note that they have with him.
You know, you're absolutely right. That's how that shit works. You know, you get excited like, oh, fuck, he's on our side now, but that shit always
just goes away.
Bites you in the ass.
He's somebody that I don't think there's one person, professionally or personally, that he hasn't completely fucking fallen out with.
It's amazing to listen to.
I think his goal is to die with nobody liking him.
Well, the point was made, like, we're turning, I don't know. It doesn't help our cause if Pat Cooper, trashes Howard.
It's our cause.
As we try to advance our situation. I don't know what any of this means because we don't see any of this happening.
I don't know what a cause is.
I mean, we're in a good place right now. I think the show and the channel is sounding better than ever. We got a real true radio guy behind the channel now, so there's some very positive things happening, but as the company sees it how they see it, and there's nothing we could do to change that.
They can't take away my dignity because the greatest love of all. It ain't happening in me. There's hate. You're a disgraziado.
And we did okay, but then Steve the Tattletale told Pat
the Tattletale
after the appearance, what was going on
an issue
behind the scenes, and man, that I've never seen anyone angrier. That was Pat at 11.
Oh yeah,
he was at 11.
How did those aged blood vessels not just rupture as he's yelling like that? Those fucking his veins and arteries must look like pretzel rods.
Right.
They're just ready to just crackle.
That's 85.
Oh my!
They love him on
85.
Twitter. They're fucking out of their minds loving Pat Cooper.
That's 85. The energy that guy has, it's amazing, and he looks damn fucking good.
And he's got plenty of time.
I don't believe that his brain's going. Like he tries to say. I don't believe it. He can't really hear. His hearing's shot.
No, the hearing thing is a big issue with him. But he even took time out of his Howard bashing to shit all over Dice, which I thought was nice. He,
well, you know.
You know, for him to take some of his hate for Howard and, you know, shovel it another direction.
And spread it around a little bit.
Spread it around a little.
Pat doesn't go for the really dirty stuff,
No,
though,
he never
because he
did.
loved my Monster Rain special, but he goes, that thing at the end with that big pussy, you didn't need it. You didn't need it. And I wasn't mad at him. I was like, well, that's just not his thing. For him, that's ultra vulgar.
Class.
But to me, that's, you know.
Dignity.
Those guys would have talked about that in the 50s and 60s if they could have. Of course they would have.
Right. That's what it is. You know,
It's a different generation, yeah.
So I think that's, you know, and obviously we weren't going to, you know, stop Pat Cooper.
No, he's going to. Pat Cooper's going to say
that was
what Pat
pretty
Cooper
obvious,
wants to
you
say.
know. Why would I?
Guy's 85 fucking years old. We're going to stop him and tell him he can't say anything he wants to. He's earned the ability to say whatever the fuck he wants.
But no, don't worry, Sirius XM. You had an amazing event.
Yeah. Don't worry. The event went great.
I think it's pretty obvious to everyone.
Loves
It was an
everybody.
amazing event,
It's
okay?
a wonderful time. It was
So
very
don't you
successful.
worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it was amazing. I wasn't there and I didn't fucking listen.
I
period.
just, I
would
was
have no idea.
reading people's tweets.
Yeah.
So there were people.
I know about it
tweeting.
because of Jenny Hutt and her neediness to get a celebrity picture.
Oh, that needy
That's about all I know
henna head.
about the damn thing.
Yes.
Yeah, because believe it or not, we don't sit around worrying about this shit.
Yeah.
We've carved out a nice little career for ourselves.
Did Tim go? Was Tim
But it's
allowed
not
to
as
go?
good as his.
Nobody. Nobody was allowed to go that was concerned with this show.
No.
That's great.
That's a fact.
Travis? No, you didn't go.
No, I'm telling you the God's honest truth.
Travis wouldn't be invited to a thing done by this program.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking, he knows.
Yes,
He knows
that's
what I mean,
true.
what happened.
Were you invited to Opie's Super Bowl party?
I didn't have a Super.
What?
Yeah,
I heard.
I went to yours.
I heard you had a big party. There was pizza and guests. The game was on.
I was there.
I didn't have a Super Bowl
Sam
party.
knows because he was there.
My God,
I didn't have.
I would have gone, but I already committed to go to yours.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, man.
I do want to speak for myself. Pat Cooper spoke a lot of truth today. Boy, did he speak a lot of truth.
Well, he was there in the heyday.
That's me talking.
He knows.
Not the show, me, personally.
He was there.
I know for a fact there was a lot of truth in a lot of the things that were said today. That guy's sharp. Fuck.
He
All right.
just
I
unloads.
have to plug.
Yes,
Jimmy,
Jim
what?
Norton.
I have great ticket sales. I'm very happy. The Netflix is helping a lot. 5 straight sold out shows. DC is totally sold out, all
Wow.
shows.
Nice.
Atlantic City is sold out, except for the late show on Saturday, which we just added. And there are tickets available February 28th in Pittsburgh at Carnegie Music Hall, but it's selling much better than I thought it was going to. So late show at the Borgata on the 15th and Pittsburgh, and more dates being added soon.
Bravo. All right.
Very cool.
I ain't taking any phone calls today.
Nah, fuck it.
Let's all just relax a day.
Let's all have a chew.
Let's all just relax for a day.
Yeah.
Howard will make his calls yelling and screaming like he always does.
Don't worry about it. Everyone relax.
He'll make his yelling and screaming calls behind the
Right.
scenes. We all know that.
Right.
I don't need a sweaty program director running and chasing me out of the building.
Jesus.
This is an issue. We all know how this plays out. Let him yell and scream.
Relax.
And then we'll sit down and discuss our side of it. And hopefully we'll reconvene here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
And Jeremy now works with him, so.
Oh.
Remember the time Jeremy yelling and running down the fucking streets, sweating.
Oh, right.
Making us stop
Remember that?
something that wasn't even going to happen. Because someone was a bit paranoid.
A little panicky.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, yo.
See you later, y'all.
Label.